Back with you in Litchfield as we're about 10 minutes away from the start of tonight's matchup between Breckinridge County and Grayson County, the first of two this evening. First up, the Lady Tigers taking on the Lady Cougars of Grayson County. Then a little later on, we will have the Fighting Tigers in their season opener against the Grayson County Cougars. As we mentioned, Breckinridge County returns a team that went 25-8 a year ago. A lot of questions coming into the season as they lost several seniors from the region finalist from the year earlier, but several players stepping into the front, led by Elizabeth Grimes, also Carby, Mitchum, and Huffines, all stepping up from reserve roles to lead the Tigers to a competitive season. While they were pleased by beating some of the expectations, as we heard from assistant coach Raymond Critchlow last week on Inside Tiger Nation, a little disappointed, suffering a tough loss in the semifinals to Owensboro Senior, who went on to lose to Owensboro Catholic in the championship game. The Tigers looking to improve upon the mark from a year ago. Breckinridge County regarded in most polls one of the top teams in the region, along with Meade County and Owensboro Catholic. One of the areas Coach Critchlow told us about in the interview last week was improving on the offensive side. Defensively, the Tigers, one of the better teams in the 5th region and not the state in terms of scoring defense, looking to step up their offense this year, of course, being led by their senior Caroline Lucas, who stepped up in her leadership role last year for the Lady Tigers. And getting ready for this ball game here tonight, as we mentioned, Grayson County across the way went 11-17 a year ago. They lost in the opening round of the 12th District Tournament to Edmonson County. Bree Jones was the lead scorer from that game a year ago against the Lady Tigers. The only game they played last season was a 54-22 result in the season opener against Grayson County. That game played at Tiger Arena. Breckinridge County in that game, again, holding the Lady Cougars to just 22 points for the night. Jones, I believe, was the leading scorer in that ball game, had 10 of the 22 for the Lady Cougars. Elizabeth Grimes in her first start, scoring 19 for the Lady Tigers in that victory. Breckinridge County has gone back to the locker room to get some last-minute instructions from Coach Chad Mormon and the rest of the coaching staff. Grayson County still warming up to our left here at Grayson County High School. We will have a check of the starting lineups as we get you ready for the start of tonight's ball game. It's Breckinridge County and Grayson County with pregame coverage brought to you by the home folks of Hardensburg Tire Service here on 104.3 The River.
At Wright Implement, you'll find the full line of John Deere mowers, gators, tractors, ag equipment, John Deere apparel, toys, and more, along with a complete line of Steel and Honda power equipment. And we have a parts and service department that's second to none. Wright Implement has 15 locations throughout Kentucky and southern Indiana to serve you. The right equipment, the right service, and always the right price. Wright Implement, serving great customers like you since 1936. Online at wrightimp.com.
Welcome back to Litchfield as we close in on the start of the 2023-24 high school basketball season. For Breckinridge County, it means the Lady Tigers and Fighting Tigers open at Grayson County tonight. Part of a busy week upcoming for both teams. We'll be back with you on Thursday night when the Fighting Tigers host their home opener when they take on the Ohio County Eagles. That's a 7 o'clock start at Tiger Arena. We'll be on the air with coverage at around 6:45 here on 104.3 The River. Then coming up on Friday night, it is a district doubleheader as the 11th District campaign opens. Fighting Tigers and Lady Tigers will host Cloverport at Tiger Arena. Coverage gets underway at around 5:15 ahead of the 5:30 girls start. Then the boys to follow. Then we'll be back with you on Saturday night as the Lady Tigers will head to Owensboro and the Sports Center to take on Madisonville as part of the Independence Bank Tip-Off Classic. As we prepare to get started for tonight's game, we are going to have, I believe, the playing of our national anthem here in just a moment. And while they're doing that, we're going to go ahead and set it back to the station. We'll be back with the starting lineups coming up in just a moment. Tonight's post-game show has been brought to you by the home folks of Hardensburg Tire Service here on 104.3 The River.
How many times have you called someplace and heard this?
For customer service, press 1.
At First State Bank, when you call one of their 3 locations, you'll hear this.
First State Bank, this is Michelle. How may I help you?
From opening a checking or savings account to home or commercial loans, you'll get a friendly voice ready to assist with your banking needs. Call or stop by today and find out why for more than 100 years, First State Bank, where your friends bank. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender. Online at firststatebankky.com.
And welcome back to Grayson County High School in Litchfield, Kentucky. Lee Bramlett with you as we approach the start of tonight's season for the Breckinridge County Lady Tigers as they will take on the Grayson County Lady Cougars. Both teams have returned from the locker rooms and warming up for 3 more minutes. Maybe a little quicker as they may have called to the bench there. So right now, let's take a look at the starting lineups for tonight's ball game. First for the Lady Cougars of Grayson County, no real changes from a team that we saw a year ago. They will start with Bree Jones, number 5, at one of the starters. Also, it is Sydney Perkins, number 10. Sutton Van Meter, number 11 for the Lady Cougars. We also have Isabel Blanton, number 33, and Ella Navarez for the rounding out of the top or starting 5. So it's Perkins, Navarez, Blanton, Van Meter, and Jones. Grayson County finished a year ago with 11-17 record. They are coached by Michael McClintock. For the Breckinridge County Lady Tigers, there is no change to the alignment we saw for most of last year. They'll start with one guard at Elizabeth Grimes. Kylie Garvey will start at another guard position. Then it's Caroline Lucas, the senior. At the forward position will be Josie Mitchum, number 21, and Kaylee Huffines, number 12, is the center. So again, Grimes, Lucas, Garvey, Mitchum, and Huffines for Breckinridge County. 25-8 was their record from a year ago. They are coached by Chad Mormon, assisted by Brad Garvey and Denny LaGrange. Both teams have been called back to the benches as we're about to have the introduction of the starting lineups here. And while they are preparing to do those, let's go ahead and take one more time out, and we'll be back with the opening tip-off in just a moment here on 104.3 The River.
So you've heard us talking about Brandenburg Telecom, and we could have chosen any other provider for our phone, internet, TV, and security service, but we chose Brandenburg Telecom.
It is not hard to find a good deal these days. What it is hard to find is a provider that delivers the best value of service. That's exactly what we're getting with Brandenburg Telecom.
They don't trick you with introductory rates.
They don't keep you waiting for service or waiting on the phone.
When they say they're going to do something, they do it.
Brandenburg Telecom are people who live
And work.
And play in my community.
They're a part of this community, and that's why they care.
If you only have one service with Brandenburg Telecom, you're missing out on their other great services.
Give them a chance.
You won't be disappointed. You ready for the program?
And welcome back to Grayson County High School, just about set to get this game underway between Breckinridge County and Grayson County. It's the season opener for both teams. About to have the introduction of the starting lineups here at Grayson County High School. They will first introduce Breckinridge County. The Lady Tigers dressed in road black with white and maroon trim. Grayson County will be in white uniforms with orange numbers and letterings and blue trim as they introduce the Tigers. Caroline Lucas being introduced first here.
At guard, 5'5" sophomore, number 11,
Elizabeth Grimes, who had 19 points in the game of the Tiger Arena against these two teams. It was the only meeting between the two last year. Kylie Carby next to be introduced. The forward is Josie Mitchum. And the last to be introduced will be Kaylee Huffines. In talking with Coach Critchlow last week for Inside Tiger Nation, one of the keys they talked about was improving their offense. They feel confident in their defense, which was a solid part of the Tigers game a year ago. They will look to improve their offensive production as the starting lineup for Grayson County are being introduced right now. Sydney Perkins first to be introduced as a guard.
At guard, 5'3" junior, number 11, Sutton Van Meter.
Sutton Van Meter starts at another guard for the Lady Cougars.
At guard, 5'7", 8th grader, number 5, Bree Jones.
Bree Jones.
At guard, 5'7", junior, number 33,
Isabel Blanton, the fourth guard.
And at forward, 5'7",
one forward, that being
junior,
Ella Navarez.
Narvaez.
And we are just about set to get this underway. The introductions out of the way.
Elena Jones and your head coach,
Breckinridge County huddled around Coach Chad Mormon to our left here. Lady Cougars to our right. And we're about to get this season underway. Breckinridge County moving out to the center jump circle right now. It'll be Lucas and Navarez to vie for the opening tip-off here. Official checks the scoreboard. Puts the whistle in. Ball is up in the air, and we're off and running for the basketball season. Kaylee Huffines comes down with it for Breckinridge County. Lady Tigers will be moving from left to right as we view them here in this opening quarter. Carby with the basketball, gets it to Huffines on the right wing. Now Lucas takes it out front, Grimes with it. Grimes top of the key, drives into the lane, kicks it over to Huffines. Baseline from 14 on the wing, no good. Rebound comes down to Grimes for Breckinridge County. Carby lobs it into Huffines. Huffines turns, may have had a little position. Basket, no good. They will get Huffines with the block. Might have used the forearm there to try to clear a little space and was caught, although a bit of a delayed reaction from the refs. First personal on Huffines. Breckinridge County tries to set up with some full court pressure. Into the front court, Grayson County, Van Meter being chased by Lucas. They get it to Navarez, kicks it down in the corner. Jones with it. Back out, this is Jones with the basketball, gets it over to Van Meter on the left side, working against the zone defense by Breckinridge County. Ball gets away from Navarez, and this will be an over and back call. Tried to throw the ball back to Navarez, just bounced off her wrist and into the backcourt. So Breckinridge County will get the ball on the backcourt violation. Lady Tigers with their second possession of the game. 1 minute in, no score. Lady Tigers with the basketball. Carby with it, gets it out front to Mitchum. Mitchum drives in the paint, kicks it out. Huffines tries a 17-footer, got it. Kaylee Huffines with her first points and the first basket of the season. Breckinridge County out 2-0. That allows them to set up the 1-2-2 press. Into the front court, Navarez with it. They loop it ahead to Jones. Or excuse me, that is Perkins. Now Perkins will launch a three from the corner. Got it. Perkins knocks down the three. And Grayson County out 3-2. Lady Tigers with the basketball. Huffines tries another 17-footer. This one too strong. Fight for the rebound. Grimes had it knocked out of her hands, and it'll come back over to Breckinridge County. 6:21 remaining in the opening frame. Kylie Carby to inbounds for Breckinridge County. Lobs it into Huffines. Huffines had three players collapse on her. Now hands it back to Carby. Puts up a 12-footer. Got it. Carby with her first points of the season. Breckinridge County takes a 4-3 lead. 6:09 to go in the opening quarter. A 1-2-2 zone press being employed by Breckinridge County. Lucas at the front of that press. Jones cross-court pass. Finds Perkins, who drives to the basket, just throws it up, no good. Navarez gets the rebound, has it knocked out of her hands, and picked up by Breckinridge County's Kylie Carby. Lady Tigers on the run. Here's Lucas driving, puts up the shot, no good, and they will get a charge against Lucas. Caroline Lucas picks up her first foul. That'll be the team's second. Substitution into the ball game for Grayson County is number 24, Allie Jennings. And into the lineup for Breckinridge County is Adeline Mormon as Lucas heads to the bench hobbling. Grayson County with the basketball. 5:47 to go here in the opening quarter. Jones with the basketball. Gets it ahead to Van Meter. They lob the ball ahead. Van Meter tried to lob it towards Jennings, but the pass too strong, and Breckinridge County gets it back. Now Grayson County going to try a little full court pressure here without Lucas in the game. Inbounds comes into Mitchum, now gets it ahead to Grimes. Grimes drives past Jones, kicks it back out front. Here's Mitchum driving the baseline, calling the double team, gets knocked out of her hands, out of bounds, and it will go back to Grayson County. Trainers working with Lucas on the leg and the ankle here. Lady Tigers with the full court pressure. Huffines try to come out and challenge Perkins. Here's Perkins driving to the basket, puts it up and in. Sydney Perkins with all 5 of Grayson County's points. Lady Cougars take a 5-4 advantage. Here is Mitchum with the basketball for Breckinridge County. Gets it to Mormon. Here's a three on the way. That is no good from Huffines. Fight for the rebound, tipped up, knocked out of bounds, and will go back to Grayson County. Here's a steal as Mormon on the inbounds Was able to get in front of it, but was pinned up against the baseline. And it'll come back into Grayson County. Here's the ball tipped up in the air, picked up by Josie Mitchum for the Lady Tigers. Breckinridge County coming the other way. Huffines with it. Kicks it back over to Mormon. Squares up. Three-pointer on the way. No good. Rebound comes down to Carby. Has it knocked out of her hands. Makes the rescue, but steps on the baseline. Give the ball back to Grayson County. Lady Cougars lead it at 5-4, 4:43 remaining in the opening quarter. Breckinridge County having to go without Caroline Lucas, who came out favoring her ankle. She's trying to shake it off down on the far sideline, now heads back to the bench. Grayson County in the front court, Van Meter with it, being guarded by Adeline Mormon. Now here's Perkins with it. Perkins steps to the inside, will get a whistle, and I believe a foul on Grayson County. They'll get Jennings with the moving pick. That'll be her first, team first. Substitution into the ball game for Breckinridge County is number 14, Rowan Ratajkowski, replacing Kylie Carby. Ratajkowski inbounds the basketball to Grimes. We're at 4:18 to go here in the opening quarter. Grayson County 5, Breckinridge County 4. Huffines out front. Ratajkowski back over to Mormon. She'll launch a three-pointer. Got it. Mormon knocks down the three. Breckinridge County retakes the lead at 7-5. That allows them to apply the pressure. Jones with it. Comes into the front court. Mormon chasing her. Drives the basket. Tries to loop up a shot. No good, but draws the foul. We'll see who the foul was on. That will be on Rowan Ratajkowski. That'll be her first, team third. So Jones will head to the line for a pair of free throws. 3:55 to go here in the opening frame. Jones's first attempt is good. Makes it 7-6 the score. Two teams trading the lead early on. This would be our first tie of the game if Jones knocks down the free throw, and no good. Rebound, Huffines comes down with it for Breckinridge County. Lady Tigers quickly racing into the front court. Mormon with it, gets it back out to Grimes. Grimes tries to move off the screen, now drives the baseline. Bounce pass in the lane finds Mitchum, who's tied up. We get a jump ball, and the alternating possession will favor Grayson County. And Lucas will check back into the ball game. Also, Carby will come into the ball game.
And number 32, Kylie Carby.
Carby will replace Grimes. So it is Ratajkowski, Mormon, Lucas, Carby, and Huffines for Breckinridge County. Van Meter with it for the Lady Cougars. Bounce pass, gets the ball to Jennings. Bounce pass over to Jones on the right side. Jones looking, still looking, now bounce pass. Mormon goes for the steal, goes the floor. We'll get a reach in on Adeline Mormon. That'll be her first, team fourth against the Lady Tigers. Grayson County basketball to bring in its side front court with 3:25 remaining here in the first quarter. 7-6 is the score. Ball slapped away from behind by Mormon, picked up by Kylie Carby. Carby waits for the traffic to clear. Now will set up the offense. Carby gets the ball to Lucas. Off the right wing, they find Huffines down low. Huffines cross court over to Mormon. She'll launch a three on the way. No good. Rebound, Huffines puts it back up and in. Kaylee Huffines with her fourth point of the ball game. Lady Tigers with their biggest lead of the night at 9-6. 3 minutes to go here in the opening quarter. Van Meter retreating against the zone press. Breckinridge County was trying to get a 10-second call. Grayson County gets a timeout. They'll take their first time out of the game with 2:51 remaining here in the first quarter. Breckinridge County leading at 9-6.
Experience the difference of the Big Green Egg ceramic cooker from Irvington Gas Company. It's a smoker, a grill, and oven, all in one. It's easy to start, reaching cooking temperatures in just 10 minutes with temperature control so you can cook to perfection. It's safer to use and it's easy to clean up. Stop by Irvington Gas Company on Highway 79 to see the Big Green Egg and other gas grills available. Irvington Gas Company, serving this area for more than 75 years.
2:47 remaining here in the first quarter. Breckinridge County with a 9-6 lead. Grayson County inbounds the basketball after the 32nd timeout. Cross-court pass. Here is a baseline jumper that is short. Rebound tracked down by Connie Carby. Has it knocked out of her hands. But we'll get a reach-in foul on Grayson County's Sydney Perkins. That'll be her first, team second against the Lady Cougars. Elizabeth Grimes will replace Ratajkowski in the lineup. Grayson County trying a little bit of full court pressure here. Grimes with the basketball as Perkins will back into, or Van Meter rather, will back into the front court. Carby with it on the left side, brings it back to the top of the key, thought about a three, gives it on the go to Lucas, has her shot knocked out of her hands, but is fouled on the way to the basket. Foul is going to be on Grayson County's Kennedy Green, who's in the ball game for the first time. That'll be her first, team third against the Cougars. Lucas goes to the line for 2 free throws with 2:22 remaining. First free throw on the way is no good. One more attempt upcoming for the senior, the leading scorer coming back from last year's Lady Tiger team. Lucas' second free throw is on the way and good. Breckinridge County extends their lead to 4 at 10-6 with 2:20 remaining here in the first quarter. Full court pressure. Van Meter gets the ball ahead to Jones. Jones at the top of the key, bounce pass in the lane to Jennings. Back out front, here is Van Meter trying a three-pointer that is no good. Rebound comes down to Kaylee Huffines for Breckinridge County. Into the front court, it's Grimes for the Lady Tigers. Driving into the lane, tries to push up the shot, no good, but draws contact. And will head to the line. Foul is going to be on Grayson County's Sutton Van Meter, which will be her first. That'll be the team fourth. So now Grimes will head to the line, looking for her first points of the season as we're at 1:56 remaining here in the opening quarter. Free throw by Grimes is good. Substitutions back into the ball game. Blanton will check back in, as well as Navarez for Grayson County. Grimes heads to the free throw stripe for the second of the 2 free throws. On the way and good. Now will allow Breckinridge County to make a substitution as Mitchum will check back in. Huffines will sit down with 1:55 remaining here in the opening quarter. Breckinridge County enjoying their biggest lead of the night at 12-6. Ball pass intended for Jones to Van Meter. Went just a little wide. Van Meter could only get a hand on it as it went out of bounds. Carby will inbounds to Grimes with 1:48 left to go here in the opening frame. Breckinridge County with their biggest lead of the night. Free throw line. Mitchum gets the ball back out to Lucas. Lucas drives, kicks it back over. A three on the way from Mitchum is no good. Rebound pulled down by Grayson County. And we'll get a reach-in foul on the Lady Tigers, and that is Caroline Lucas. And that'll be her second, the team fifth. So we'll see how Coach Mormon elects to play this. Now with Lucas with 2 fouls.
Blanton's at the line shooting 2.
Free throw attempt is on the way for Grayson County. First shot in the air is short. Blanton will get one more attempt. Huffines will come in. Lucas will sit down. 1:35 remaining here in this opening quarter. Lady Tigers up 6. Green with another free throw attempt on the way. This one is good. Draws Grayson County back to within 5 at 12-7. Breckinridge County with the basketball in the front court, lobbing it down low, intended for Huffines, has it knocked away and picked up by Grayson County. 1:22 remaining here in the opening frame. Green with it on the left side, drives against Mitchum, pushes up the shot, no good, but draws the foul against Josie Mitchum.
It's her first.
That'll be Mitchum's first, team 6th. Blanton will head to the line where she went 1 of 2 a moment ago. First attempt is short. She'll get one more here. Substitution. Mitchum will come out of the ball game. Ratajkowski will check back in. Blanton will get one more free throw attempt. On the way, and this one is good. Blanton 2 of 4 from the line for her points of the ball game. Pulls Grayson County to within 4 at 12-8. Grimes with the basketball for the Lady Tigers. Over to Carby on the right side. They lob the ball down low to Huffines. Puts it off the glass and in. Kaylee Huffines with her 6th point of the ball game, leading the Lady Tigers, now 14-8. Ball gets knocked away. Pressure defense, Mormon out front. Now here's Grimes trying to arrive against the double team. Has it knocked out of her hands, gets it back over to Carby. Pulls up, 8-footer on the way, got it. Nice job by Grimes to dish the ball out and get it to Carby for her 4th point of the night. 16-8, biggest lead of the night for the Lady Tigers inside the final minute of the opening quarter. Navarez with it, drives into the lane, dishes off to Blanton, misses the shot. Rebound comes down to Ratajkowski. Now Mormon with it in the front court for the Lady Tigers. She'll back away with under 30 seconds to go. Ratajkowski thought about the 3. Mormon will take the 3. That is too strong. Fight for the rebound. Grimes gets it, has it knocked out, and we'll get a foul on Grayson County underneath the basket. Foul is going to be on Grayson County's Bree Jones. That'll be her 1st, team 5th. Grimes will head to the line for a pair of free throws with 21.7 seconds remaining here in the quarter. Free throw is good. Grimes down with her 3rd point, all from the free throw stripe. Jennings back in the ball game for Grayson County, as is Green. 2nd free throw on the way by Grimes is good. So Breckinridge County now with their biggest lead of the night at 10 at 18-8. Again, having to negotiate the pressure defense is Grayson County. Pass intercepted by Ratajkowski with 13 seconds left. Dishes in the corner. Grimes thought about the 3, steps inside, kicks it out. Here's a jumper on the way by Hinton. That's short. Rebound. Grimes tries the reverse layup on the miss. No good. Grayson County collects the rebound with 1 second remaining. Ball gets knocked away. Grayson County will not get a shot off, and that will take care of the first quarter. At the end of 1 here at Grayson County High School, our score, Breckinridge County 18, Grayson County 8. Tonight's first quarter brought to you by Hardinsburg Nursing and Rehab here on 104.3 The River.
If you need home medical equipment, rely on Taylor Pharmacy. They deliver home medical equipment such as oxygen, lift chairs, hospital beds, and CPAP machines to Breckinridge and surrounding counties. They have everything a patient needs for recuperating at home. Taylor Pharmacy does so much more than fill prescriptions. They carry a full line of diabetic chews, have a gift department, and of course make delicious tailor-made fudge in a variety of flavors that include sugar-free. Stop by Taylor Pharmacy in Hardinsburg and see why your family and the Taylor Pharmacy family make a good team.
After Grayson County took a 5-4 lead, the Lady Tigers outscored Grayson County 14-3 to end the quarter with an 18-8 margin. Leading scorer in the ball game right now for the Lady Tigers, Kaylee Huffines, who has 6 points. It's 5 to Sydney Perkins. Breckinridge County with the basketball on the alternating possession to begin the second quarter, moving to the right side of your radio dial. Carby with the basketball, gets it to Huffines. Cross-court pass finds Mormon. Mormon over to Carby. Carby down low, finds Huffines, banks it off the glass, got it. Huffines with her 8th point of the ball game. Make it 20-8 now as the Lady Tigers continue to extend that lead. Ball gets tipped away, picked up by Carby. Breckinridge County has numbers 3-on-2 the other way. Over to Grimes. She squares up 3 from the left corner, no good. Rebound comes down to Green for Grayson County. Lady Cougars in the front court, and Jennings traveled with the basketball after she caught the ball, drug the pivot foot, and paid the price, so Breckinridge County gets the ball back. Ratajkowski will inbounds the basketball, gets it to Kylie Carby. Breckinridge County doing a lot of this without the services of Caroline Lucas. Huffines with the basketball, kicks it back over to Carby. Now Mormon with it. Mormon lobs it into Carby in the paint, turn around, short jumper, got it. Kylie Carby with her 6th point of the ball game. Lady Tigers continue to extend the lead out to 22-8. 6:56 to go here in the first half. Van Meter into the front court. Gets the ball to make that Perkins on the drive, has it slapped out of her hands. As we were getting ready to say, Breckinridge County accomplishing a lot of this without Caroline Lucas. Lucas got into some foul trouble, also left the game early, tweaked her ankle. Sitting right now with those 2 personal fouls. Here is Perkins going to launch a 3 from the corner, got it. Perkins with her 8th point of the ball game, and it pulls Grayson County to within 11 at 22-11. Ratajkowski squares up, tries a 3 of her own, and knocks it down. Ratajkowski answers at the other end for her first points of the season. 25-11, 14-point lead for Breckinridge County. 6:20 to go here in the first half of play. Jones with the basketball. Ball gets tipped away. Grimes gets in front of Van Meter, lays it off the glass and in. Grimes with her 6th point of the ball game. Breckinridge County now out 27-11. Grayson County really struggling with that press right now as the pass from Van Meter lobbed over the head of Jones. So Breckinridge County will make some substitutions. Lucas and Mitchum will come back in the ball game, replacing Mormon and Ratajkowski. Caroline Lucas will inbounds the basketball for Breckinridge County. Now out 27-11 with 5:55 to go here in the first half. Lucas with the basketball, gets it over to Mitchum. She stretches up for a three-pointer, no good. Lucas fights for the rebound, and I think she just picked up her 3rd foul. Went over the back. So Lucas will head quickly back to the bench. Adeline Mormon right back into the ball game for the Lady Tigers. Lady Tigers with full court pressure. Gets the ball ahead. Here's Perkins with it. Perkins gets the ball to Van Meter. Pass overthrown, rescued. Now Jones with it. Jones tries to move off the screen. Now drives to the lane, gets past Mitchum, puts it up off the glass. No good. Rebound. Jennings is fouled as she fights with a Breckinridge County player. They'll whistle, believe, Mormon with a foul. So Mormon picks up her 2nd. At the line, Allie Jennings for a pair of free throws. Makes the first. First point of the game for Jennings. Makes it 27-12. One more attempt on the way and good. Jennings with 2 points, 27-13 the score. Carby will bring the ball up the floor for Breckinridge County. 5:20 to go here in the second quarter. Carby dribbles to the right, now drives the baseline. Bounce pass over, finds Grimes. Long jumper on the way, in and out, no good. Rebound, Mitchum had it out of her hands, lost it, will get a jump ball, and the alternating possession will favor Grayson County. Lady Cougars to bring the ball the length of the floor, trailing by 14. Mormon at the front of the 1-2-2 zone press. Jones gets the ball back to Van Meter. Van Meter back to Jones. They lob the ball ahead, pass overthrown. Last touch by Jennings for Grayson County, so Breckinridge County will bring it the length of the floor with 4:57 remaining here in the first half. Carby will bring the ball across the time stripe as we move under 5 minutes to go here. Grayson County coming out to challenge a little bit more in a man-to-man defense. Here's Grimes driving the baseline, puts up the shot, no good, but is fouled on the march. That'll be on Sutton Van Meter. Van Meter picks up the foul. Blanton will check back in for Grayson County. Among the substitutions, Navarez also in the ball game is Peyton Bowman, number 13 for Grayson County. Grimes, 2nd free throw is an air ball, so it will come back to Grayson County. Substitution number 3, Bailey Brown, comes into the game for the first time. Grimes will sit down. Now some full court pressure being employed by the Lady Tigers. Perkins finally gets it in to Jones. Jones will race into the front court, and we get a whistle and a foul from behind. Foul's going to be on Josie Mitchum. She picks up her 2nd. That'll be the team 3rd of the quarter. Inbounds Grayson County with 4:38 remaining here in this second quarter of play. Lady Tigers have led by as many as 16, despite some foul problems. Lucas on the bench with 3. Mormon has 2, but she's back in the game. Mitchum has 2. Here is the drive by Jones, cut off by Carby. Navarez at the top of the key. Ball tipped away by Mitchum, tries to rescue it. Not in time. Grayson County will reset with 4:18 remaining here in this second quarter. Inbounds by Jones for Grayson County. Gets it over. Perkins tries a 3, no good. Tries to rescue it, does Blanton unable to do so. And Breckinridge County will get the ball back with 4:15 remaining here in the quarter. Breckinridge County has Carby, Mormon, Huffines, Brown, and Mitchum in the ball game. Grayson County has Perkins, Bowman, Jones, Navarez, and Blanton. Carby lost the handle of the basketball, comes down to Mormon. Mormon drives the paint, kicks it out to Carby, top of the key. Under 4 minutes to go here as they lob the ball down low to Huffines, puts it off the glass and in. Kaylee Huffines with her 10th point of the ball game. Tigers back out by 16, 29-13. 3:40 remaining here in the half. They lob the ball ahead to Navarez, but way overthrown, out of bounds, and give it back to Breckinridge County. Grimes will check back in the ball game for the Lady Tigers, replacing Adeline Mormon. Coach Mormon here tonight having to rotate his team to accompany the foul trouble. He's got Lucas with 3, Mitchum with 2, Mormon with 2. 3.5 minutes to go here in the first half. Mitchum at the top of the key for Breckinridge County. Grayson County showing 2-3 zone. They lob it underneath to Huffines. Huffines puts up the shot, no good, but is fouled on the way up, and she'll head to the free throw line. Foul is going to be on Grayson County's Bree Jones. That'll be her second, team second. One change we've noted this year is a change in fouls are now kept by quarters, not by half, as Huffines' first free throw is no good. Sutton Van Meter will check into the ball game for Jones, who picks up that second foul. Huffines has 10 points in the ball game. Her first trip to the free throw line this season. Second attempt is on the way, and this one is good. Bounced in and out, but falls in. So Huffines with 11. And now Grayson County elects to take a timeout. With the score, Breckinridge County 30, Grayson County 13.
Once a Tiger, always a Tiger. Breckinridge County High School alumni Matt Mattingly and Katie Critchlow at Legacy Physical Therapy salute you, Breckinridge County, and support Breckinridge County sports. Legacy Physical Therapy is an outpatient physical therapy clinic proudly serving Breckinridge County with that Tiger pride. Located at 237 Highway 60 in Hardinsburg, Matt Mattingly and Katie Critchlow and their staff are very proud to serve their patients and their community. At Legacy Physical Therapy, they treat people, not patients.
Breckinridge County has outscored Grayson County 12-5 in the second frame. And they enjoy their biggest lead of the night now at 17, 30-13. Lady Tigers being led by Kaylee Huffines, who has 11 points in the first half. Grayson County being led right now by Sydney Perkins, who has 8. Breckinridge County falls back into the 1-2-2 zone press with Brown, Mitchum, Grimes, Carby, and Huffines in the ball game. Sutton Van Meter gets the inbounds from Sydney Perkins. Bowman in the front court. Green gets the ball to Van Meter, but they whistle her for an over and back call. Turnover will give it back to Breckinridge County with 3:14 remaining here in this first half of play. Lady Tigers in front, 30-13. Brown with the basketball, right side, out front to Mitchum. Mitchum, they lob it down low to Huffines. Huffines spins, goes up, puts up the shot, banks it in. Huffines with her 13th point of the ball game. Lady Tigers now lead 32-13, under 3 minutes remaining here in the first half. Ball goes to the floor, we'll get a whistle and a foul on Bailey Brown. That'll be her first, team fourth. Ratajkowski will check back into the ball game for Breckinridge County. 2:50 remaining here in the first half. Breckinridge County 32, Grayson County 13. Bowman with it for the Lady Cougars. They lob it down low. They find Green, who puts it up and in. Kennedy Green with her first points of the night. Makes it 32-15. Grayson County caught flat-footed as Breckinridge County tried to press the basketball. Brown could not get the shot to fall, so Grayson County pushing the other way. Here is Van Meter, puts up the shot over Huffines, no good. Lady Tigers rebound. Here's Brown going the other way, 3-on-2. They lob it ahead to Ratajkowski. Ratajkowski kicks it back out front. Brown lobs it to Huffines in the paint, tries to put up the shot, no good, but is fouled on the way to the basket, so she'll go to the line for 2 free throws. Foul's going to be on Jennings. That'll be her second. That'll be the team third of the quarter. At the line, Huffines, where she was 1 of 2 earlier on the night. First free throw is on the way, good. Carby and Mormon back in the ball game for Breckinridge County. 33-15 now the score. Second attempt on the way by Huffines is good. Huffines with 15 points here in the ball game takes Breckinridge County to a 34-15 lead. And the Tigers come away with the basketball as short shot no good by Grimes, gets her own miss. Breckinridge County will reset. Radaszewski fires a 3, got it. Radaszewski with her second 3 of the game. She's got 6 points. Breckinridge County now in front 37-15. Under 2 minutes remaining here in the first half. Here is Perkins going to launch a 3 from the left side. Got it. Perkins with her third 3 of the night. She's got 11 in the ball game. Makes it 37-18. Down in the lane, Grimes drives, puts up the shot, no good, but is fouled on the way to the basket. Kennedy Green will pick up her second, team fourth. So that'll send Grimes to the free throw stripe. 4 of 6 on the night from the line. Has 6 points in the ball game. First free throw on the way, catches the front of the rim and falls in. Blanton will check back in the lineup for Grayson County. 38-18 now the score. Navarez back in for the Lady Cougars, replacing Jennings. Grimes will get one more free throw on the way. Back of the rim and falls off, no good. The iron unkind there for Grimes, tries to go for the steal. Now Grayson County in the front court. Here's the ball batted away, picked up by Conley Carby for Breckinridge County. 1:17 left to go here in the first half. Breckinridge County up 38-18. Carby will hold it out at long range. Breckinridge County in no particular hurry here. Carby will hold it out at long range, gets the ball to Grimes, back to Carby off the top of the key. 2-3 zone employed by Grayson County. Grimes with it, left side. Looking to the inside, cross-court pass, finds Mormon. She'll put up a three-pointer. Aaron, good. Didn't even move the nets. First thought it was short, but that one falls in for Mormon. That'll be her second 3 of the night. Makes it 41-18. Down to the other end, Navarez tries a shot, no good. Radaszewski comes away with a rebound for Breckinridge County, and we'll get a timeout for Breckinridge County. Lady Tigers will take a 30-second timeout with 38.7 seconds remaining here in the opening half of play. Lady Tigers lead 41-18. So the Lady Tigers overcoming a slow start and foul trouble to pull away to a comfortable lead at this point against the Lady Cougars. Doing so with only 1 point from Caroline Lucas in this game. Right now the big contributors, Kaylee Huffines, as she has 15 points on the night. You get 7 to Grimes, 6 in the ball game to Carby, 6 off the bench each to Adeline Mormon and Round Radaszewski. 38.7 seconds remaining in the ball game, or in the first half rather. Breckinridge County with the basketball. Conversation breaks up with Coach Mormon and the team. Lady Tigers will inbound the basketball with 38.7 seconds remaining. Grimes will bring it across the time stripe to the Lady Tigers with 35 seconds remaining. Breckinridge County holding the ball out at long range. Mormon switches to the left wing, Carby to the right. Breckinridge County content to dribble off the final seconds before they go into their offense. Clock down to 19 to 18. Now Grayson County comes out to challenge. Grimes with it, being chased by Bowman. Down to 12 seconds. They get the ball to Carby. Carby kicks it over. Grimes to the corner, launches a three-pointer. Looks short is. Rebound pulled down by Grayson County. Here is Perkins racing. Tries to shoot at the buzzer. And the shot no good. Grayson County wanted a foul but didn't get one. So we have reached the end of the first half. Tonight's second quarter has been brought to you by Commonwealth Machining, This is Lady Tiger Sports from 104.3 The River.
Joe Bennett Backhoe Plumbing and Rentals been in business since 1973 and are still going strong and growing. They carry the largest selection of rental equipment in the area. They can also take care of all your residential and commercial plumbing needs. They haul rock, install cisterns, dig footers, basements, and backfill around your home. Call 270-756-2946. That's Joe Bennett Backhoe Plumbing and Rental, located on Old Highway 60 in Hardinsburg, a proud supporter of Breckinridge County and the Fighting Tigers.
And welcome back to Grayson County High School as the second half about to get underway here. Having some season opening technical difficulties, trying to work through those very quickly. Let's take a look at the final first half scoring. Breckinridge County was led in the first half by Kaylee Huffine. She finished the half with 15 points. 7 in the ball game going to Elizabeth Grimes. We get 6 of the ball game to Kylie Carby. Also 6 to Adeline Mormon and Rowan Ratajkowski off the bench. Josie Mitchum did not score in the first half. And Caroline Lucas limited by foul trouble to just 1 point. Across the way for Grayson County, they are being led in scoring by Sydney Perkins. She finished the first half with 11 points. From there, the scoring drops off considerably. It's 2 points to Allie Jennings. It's 2 points in the game to Isabel Blanton. Kennedy Green with 2 points, and Bree Jones with just 1 point here at halftime. 41-18 is the halftime score. The bigger story we'll be keeping an eye on in the second half is the foul situation. Caroline Lucas had 3 personals in the first half. Adeline Mormon and Josie Mitchum each picked up 2 for Breckinridge County. Across the way for Grayson County, Van Meter, Green, Jones, and Jennings all with 2 personals for the Lady Cougars. Breckinridge County sends the starting 5 back out again. Carby, Grimes, Lucas, Mitchum, and Huffines. Grayson County also returns with their starting 5 alignment. Breckinridge County moving to the left side of your radio dial here in this second half. Lucas with the basketball for the Lady Tigers, drives into the lane, gets around the defender, puts up the shot too strong, but she draws a foul and will head to the line. Foul on Grayson County will be on one change, Peyton Bowman. That is her first. That'll be the team first of the quarter. That will send Lucas back to the line. First free throw on the way by Lucas is good. Second point of the night for Caroline. Extends the lead out to 42-18. Second free throw is good. Lucas with 3. Breckinridge County extends their lead to 43-18. Lady Tigers back off the press. Here is a jumper on the way, no good by Van Meter. Rebound comes down to Grimes for Breckinridge County. 7.5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Mitchum with it, right side, drives to the paint, kicks it to Huffines, free throw line, kicks it over to Carby. Carby back over to Grimes. Grimes drives to the baseline, cut off. Now brings it back out to Mitchum. Mitchum gets the ball to Carby. Carby will reset the offense for the Lady Tigers. 7:10 remaining here in this quarter. Huffines gets the ball to Carby. Grayson County going man-to-man here, trying to chase this Lady Tiger offense. Grimes squares up, clutches up a 3, and knocks it down. Grimes with her first 3 of the season. She's got 10 in the ball game. And it's 46-18. 28-point lead for the Lady Tigers. 6:43 to go here in the third quarter. Bowman with it for Grayson County. Bowman drives into the paint, cut off by Huffines. Now back out front to Blanton. Bowman down to Navarez. Now thought about a 3, ball gets knocked away, picked up by Caroline Lucas. Lucas in a foot race against Van Meter, puts it up off the glass and in. Caroline Lucas now with 5 points in the ball game. Breckinridge County extends their lead to 48-18. 6:19 to go here in the third quarter. Here is a jumper on the way, no good by Bowman. Rebound comes down to Caroline Lucas. Lucas lost the handle for a moment, but gets it back. Lucas on the left side, kicks it out to Carby. Carby drives down the lane out front. Mitchell will launch a three-pointer. That is short. Rebound, Grimes tries reverse layup, no good. Right into the hands of Huffines, who banks it in. Huffines with her 17th point of the ball game. Breckinridge County now leading 50-18. Here is Van Meter going to pull up from 14, no good. Rebound comes down to Blanton. Blanton has a shot blocked out of her hands by Huffines. Lady Tigers up the floor 2-on-2. Carby with it, pulls up, free throw line jumper, got it. Carby with her 8th point of the ball game. Breckinridge County now leading 52-18. And starting to get perilously close to running clock in this game. Van Meter with it for Grayson County, down to the corner. Back out to Blanton. Van Meter takes it back. Lucas is guarding her. 5:05 to go here in the third. Here is Van Meter looking. Now kicks it over. Three-point attempt on the way. No good by Grayson County. Lucas had it. Blanton went in to pull the ball away from Lucas. Drives to the basket and is blocked by Huffines. So get some substitutions into the ball game. Number 25, Addison Spain-Howard for the Lady Cougars. Also in is Allie Jennings, number 24. 4:52 remaining here in the third quarter. 52-18 is the score. Here is Van Meter driving on Lucas, drives down the lane, puts up the shot, no good. Rebound comes down to Elizabeth Grimes. Breckinridge County on the run. Grimes with it, drives to the paint, splits the defenders, puts up the shot, blocked by Grayson County. Van Meter gets the ball to Perkins. Lady Cougars going the other way. Spain-Howard travels with the basketball, and Breckinridge County will get it back. Jones will check back into the lineup for Grayson County. Out front, Mitchum gets the ball to Huffines, down to the paint, puts up the shot, banks it off the glass, good. Huffines with her 19th point of the ball game. That makes it 54-18. And now running clock goes the rest of the way. Basket good on the other end by Jennings for her 4th point of the night. 54-20. Once it goes to 35, the running clock takes effect. Here is Lucas, has the ball stripped out of her hands, picked up by Grayson County. Coming the other way, here is Jones with it in the right quarter. Pass intercepted by Mitchum to the inside, intended for Jennings. Now the Lady Tigers bring it the other way. Mitchum with it, kicks it out, intended for Grimes. Race for the basketball, who will get there first. Grayson County with it. Here's Van Meter, gets the ball to Jones, puts it off the glass, no good. Rebound comes down to Carby for Breckinridge County. 3.5 minutes remaining here in the quarter. At the other end, nice pass from Carby. Finds Huffines underneath for an easy layup. 56-20 the score. Huffines now with 21 points in the ball game. Jones with the basketball, gets knocked away. Grimes almost picks up the steal. Spain-Howard with it, lobs it down low to Jennings. Jennings with a double team and is fouled. As she attempts to put up the basket, foul will be on Breckinridge County's Josie Mitchum. That'll be her 3rd, the team first of the second half. So Jennings will go back to the line where she's 2 of 2 on the night. First free throw, catches the front of the rim and rattles through. 56-21. Substitutions in. Reagan Henning for Breckinridge County, as is Alan Mormon. Ratajkowski in the ball game. Second free throw by Jennings is good. 56-22. 2:55 remaining here in this third quarter. Grayson County brings in Hannah Smith, number 50, into the lineup. Lucas pulls up, short jumper, got it. Caroline Lucas now with her 7th point of the night. That makes it 58-22. Ball gets batted away, picked up by Caroline Lucas, will easily drive the basket, lays it off the glass and in. Lucas now with 9 in the ball game. Now 60-22. 2:23 left to go in this third quarter. Bowman with the basketball for Grayson County, guarded by Josie Mitchum. Jennings with it, being guarded by Henning. Van Meter spinning, looking, now gets the ball to Perkins with 2:07 left to go here in the quarter. Bowman with it for Grayson County, guarded by Josie Mitchum. Here is Jennings, lobs it down low to Green. Green goes about 6'3", will be easily the tallest player on the floor as Perkins or Van Meter drives to the basket, but draws the foul from Breckinridge County. Foul is going to be on Adeline Mormon. That'll be her third, team second of the quarter. So that sends Van Meter to the free throw line, rattles the first one in. Emily Hinton checks into the ball game. Van Meter's first point on the made free throw. Makes it 60-23, misses the second attempt. Jennings and Hinton fight for the rebound. It goes out of bounds. They'll say last touched by Grayson County with 1:30 left to go here in this quarter. Caroline Lucas brings the ball across the time stripe for Breckinridge County. Gets it to Henning on the right side. Emily Hinton takes the basketball. Now Lucas with it. Down to Ratajkowski. She squares up. Three-pointer on the way. Got it. Ratajkowski, her third three of the night. She's got 9 in the ball game. And it's 63-23. Ball gets tipped away by Ratajkowski. Picked up by Grayson County. Blanton gets the ball to Van Meter inside the final minute of this third quarter. Here is Blanton driving to the basket, banks it in, and draws the foul. Blanton with her fourth point of the ball game. Foul is going to be on Breckinridge County. Ashley Hinton will check into the ball game. Foul, by the way, was on Bailey Brown. That is her second. Blanton tries to complete the three-point play, and no good. Rebound gets knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Grayson County. Breckinridge County now completely emptying their bench here. It's Ratajkowski, Henning, Ashley, and Emily Hinton in the ball game, along with Bailey Brown. 30 seconds left to go here in the quarter, 63-25. Here's a three-point attempt on the way, air ball by Perkins. Race down and controlled by Blanton for Grayson County. Perkins with it, being chased by Ratajkowski. Now Van Meter has the ball slapped away by Ashley Hinton. Here is a drive into the lane. We get a whistle and a foul on Breckinridge County. Foul's going to be on Reagan Henning. That'll be her first, the team fourth. With 3.4 seconds to go, Grayson County will inbounds for one shot attempt as they get the ball picked off by Brown, and time runs out on the third quarter. Tonight's third quarter has been brought to you by Hardensburg Nursing and Rehab. Our score at the end of 3, it is Breckinridge County 63, Grayson County 25.
Do you know what the Breckinridge County Health Department does? We do everything from pool inspections to site evaluations on septic tanks, the WIC program, women's health, immunizations, children and adults, disaster preparedness, and community health education, among many other things. For more information, you can call us at 270-756-5121 or go to our website, BreckinridgeCountyHealthDEPT.org. And good luck, Breckinridge County Fighting Tigers, from all of us at the Breckinridge County Health Department.
Fourth quarter underway here at Grayson County High School. Breckinridge County leading 63-25. We've been at running clock since midway through the third quarter as the Lady Tigers have pulled away in this ball game. Breckinridge County going with their reserves here down the stretch as ball knocked out of bounds as Van Meter was trying to drive to the basket and loses the handle, and it goes out of bounds. Leading scorers in the ball game for Breckinridge County, Kaylee Huffines will finish the night with 21 points as her night is done. Coach McClintock going to his bench as we're going to start seeing some JVs come in here. As Henning comes up with the basketball, pass a little too strong, but gets it back. They'll hand the ball off to Bailey Brown. They get it underneath to Henton. Henton kicks it back out. Here's a jumper on the way, no good by Ashley Henton. The ball knocked out of bounds. It'll come back to Grayson County. Multiple substitutions for Grayson County. Seeing Bowman in the lineup. Green back in. Also getting Lucy Terrence, number 30. Spain Howard, number 25. And then also in the lineup, got one more substitution. We'll have to pick it up as we get a foul on Breckinridge County's Reagan Henning. She picks up her second team first of the quarter.
First.
Here is Bowman with the basketball, gets it to Spain Howard. Other substitution for Grayson County is number 21, Brooklyn Dennis. Here's Bowman with the basketball. Bowman looking, gets the ball to Dennis. They give it to Bowman, and the runner in the paint doesn't go. Rebound comes down to Emily Henton for Breckinridge County. 5:55 left to go in this ball game. 63-25 is the score. Brown gets the ball to Ratajkowski, drives down the lane, lays it off the glass, too strong. Rebound comes down to Grayson County's Terrence. Here's Spain Howard with it. She'll launch a three on the way. Got it. Spain Howard with her first points of the ball game. Gets Grayson County on the board in this frame, 63-28. Ashley Henton with it for Breckinridge County. Gets the ball to Brown. Emily Henton takes it. Ball gets knocked away. Goes to the floor. Picked up by Grayson County. Lady Cougars will bring it into the front court, moving to the right side of your radio dial here in this quarter. Grayson County with the basketball. Dennis with it, being guarded by Ratajkowski. Will hand it off to Spain Howard. Now Bowman with it. 4:55 left to go in this game. They'll get the ball down low to Green. Turnaround jumper over Henton, no good. Rebound comes down to Ratajkowski for Breckinridge County. Ratajkowski with it, drives into the lane, kicks it out. Here is Emily Henton going to try a three-pointer that is no good. Rebound tipped to the air, picked up by Ashley Henton. Henning will try a three-pointer that is no good. Fight for the rebound, picked up by Brown. Henton squares up. Emily Henton's shot, an air ball. Rebound controlled by Henning. Now Ratajkowski will try a three-pointer. That's an air ball. And the rebound comes down to Spain Howard for Grayson County with 4:20 left to go in this ball game. Dennis kicks it out. Breckinridge County tries to go for the steal. Bowman rescues it. Here's Spain Howard with it. Drives in the lane. Puts up a little scoop shot that is no good. Fight for the rebound. Goes to the floor. Ashley Henton fighting for it, knocks it away, picks it up to Brown. Breckinridge County has numbers 2-0. Here is Ratajkowski, drives into the lane. Little runner is good. Ratajkowski with 11 points on the night. That's her first two-pointer of the ball game. 3:47 left to go. Now 65-28 down at the other end. Drive by Grayson County draws a foul. Emily Henton picks up the foul, her first, team second of the quarter. So Spain Howard, who knocked down the three a moment ago for Grayson County, heads to the line with 3:32 left to go in this ball game. Spain Howard's first attempt is no good. Bree Jones will check in for Grayson County. Adeline Mormon for Breckinridge County. 3:32 left to go in this one. 65-28 the score. Breckinridge County taking command late in the first quarter and never looking back as Spain Howard knocks down the free throw for her fourth point of the ball game. Makes it 65-29. Ratajkowski with the basketball for Breckinridge County. Mormon with it. Gets the ball to Henning. Reagan Henning drives to the free throw line. Looking, brings it back out to Mormon. Mormon gets the ball to Henning on the left wing, gets into the paint. Has the ball knocked away, picks it back up. Back to Ratajkowski. Ratajkowski drives with the little runner, draws the foul, and will head to the line. Addison Spain Howard picks up the foul for Grayson County. That'll be her first, team first. So Ratajkowski will go to the free throw line for the first time tonight. Ratajkowski with 11 points of the ball game, 3. Joe Betabacco plumbing her middle three-point baskets as the free throw is good. 66-29 the score. One more attempt on the way for Ratajkowski is good. 67-29 the score. Under 3 minutes remaining here in the opening game of the season. Lady Tigers will head out to 1-0 before they head home to take on Cloverport on Friday night. That's a 5:30 start at Tiger Arena. Ball gets knocked out of bounds. Grayson County touched it last, and the Lady Tigers will bring it up the floor with 2:33 left to go in this one, leading 67-29. Henning with it for Breckinridge County, gets the ball to Emily Hinton. Ratajewski takes the basketball. Ratajewski curls, drives down the lane, little runner, doesn't go, but she'll head to the free throw line. Foul will be on Spain Howard for Grayson County. That'll be her second, team second. So Ratajewski heads back to the line. 2 for 2 a moment ago. She has 14 or 13 points in the ball game. First free throw on the way is good, so make it 14. And the Breckinridge County lead now goes to 68-29. One more attempt for Ratajewski. On the way and rattles off, no good. Rebound comes down, and well, they'll just keep the clock rolling as substitutions. As we'll get some substitutions into the ball game. Kennedy Green will check in for the Lady Cougars. Gives the ball off to Bree Jones back in the ball game with 1:40 left to go. 68-29 is the score. Here's a runner, Terrence, trying to drive the basket, cut off by Emily Hinton. Back out front. Here is Jones with the basketball. Jones tries a little runner, comes up short. Rebound comes down to Henning for Breckinridge County. Henning dishes the ball off to Emily Hinton. Now Mormon with it for Breckinridge County. Mormon gets the ball to Brown with 1:12 left to go. Emily Hinton with it for Breckinridge County. Free throw line jumper, thinks better of it. Now hands the ball back to Mormon. Mormon drives down the paint. Contact bodies go to the floor, and we'll get a foul on Grayson County. Foul, I believe, will be on Terrence for the Lady Cougars. That'll be her first, the team third. Clock continues to roll. Final minute of this ball game. Breckinridge County will start on a winning note to this 23-24 campaign. Brown will hand the ball. No, does not hand the ball. She'll take it back out front. Now Henning takes it with 32 seconds remaining. Henning drives down the lane, has her shot blocked, fights back, gets her own rebound. Now Brown with it. Brown will bring it back to balance the floor. Emily Hinton with the basketball. Gives it back to Brown. Breckinridge County will probably run out the clock from here. Here's Henning with the basketball. Gives it to Emily Hinton. Brown with it. Down to 10 seconds, down to 9. And this one will go into the books as Breckinridge County will not attempt a shot, and that will take care of it. Breckinridge County has won their season opener as they have defeated the Grayson County Cougars tonight by the final score of 68-29. Tonight's fourth quarter has been brought to you by Commonwealth Machining in Harned. This is Lady Tiger basketball from 104.3 The River.
Are you aware of all the healthcare services offered right here in Breckinridge County? Allison Mattingly here from Breckinridge Health to let you know there are so many services we provide right here so you don't have to travel far. Surgery, new providers, ear, nose, and throat, outpatient therapy services, cardiac rehab, and so much more. To find out more about the services offered, call 270-756-7000 or go to www.mybreckhealth.org.
Back with you at Grayson County High School, where the Breckinridge County Lady Tigers have opened their season on a winning note with a 68-29 win over Grayson County. The Lady Tigers had to overcome a slow start in this ball game as Breckinridge County picked up some early foul trouble on Caroline Lucas. She also had to leave the game for a few minutes after tweaking her ankle. Grayson County was able to take advantage as they took a 5-4 lead, but that would be their last of the night. Breckinridge County would end the first quarter on a 14-3 run, led it 18-8 at the end of the first quarter, and never looked back. They took it out to 20 for the first time at 37-15, took a 41-18 lead into the locker room at halftime. Then the Lady Tigers pushed it past the running clock threshold at 54-18. It was running clock the rest of the way. Lady Tigers led 63-25. After the end of 3 in a low-scoring quarter, Breckinridge County outscored Grayson County 5-4 in the fourth quarter to provide the final margin 68-29 for the Lady Tigers. We will take a look at the final scoring in tonight's ball game coming up in just a moment. This is Fighting Tiger Sports from 104.3 The River.
At Wright Implement, you'll find the full line of John Deere mowers, gators, tractors, ag equipment, John Deere apparel, toys, and more, along with a complete line of Steel and Honda power equipment. And we have a parts and service department that's second to none. Wright Implement has 15 locations throughout Kentucky and southern Indiana to serve you. The right equipment, the right service, and always the right price. Wright Implement, serving great customers like you since 1936. Online at wrightimp.com.
68-29, Breckinridge County Lady Tigers pick up the win over Grayson County. A look at the final scoring in this ball game. Lady Tigers led by Kaylee Huffines, who finished the night with 21 points. 14 in the ball game to Elizabeth Grimes, 14 to Rylan Ratajkowski, who knocked down 3 Joe Bettabaco Plumbing and Rental three-point baskets on the evening. From there, it was 9 points to Caroline Lucas, who was saddled with that foul trouble. 6 of the ball game to Kylie Carby. Adeline Mormon had 6 points on a pair of Joe Bettabaco Plumbing and Rental three-point baskets. Josie Mitchum, Emily and Ashley Hinton, Bailey Brown, and Reagan Henning all saw playing time for the Lady Tigers tonight, but did not score. Grayson County led by Sydney Perkins. She finishes the night with 11 points. From there, with 6 points of the ball game to Allie Jennings. 4 points on the night going to Isabel Blanton. 4 points off the bench to Addison Spain-Howard, those coming in the fourth quarter. It was 2 points in the ball game to Kennedy Green. 1 point in the ball game to Sutton Van Meter, and 1 point to Bree Jones. 68-29 the final score. Breckinridge County defeats Grayson County as the Lady Tigers open their season on a winning note. We're going to take just a moment here, catch our breaths, and get you ready for pregame coverage as Breckinridge County Fighting Tigers and the Grayson County Cougars warm up on the court right now. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes with the pregame coverage here on 104.3 The River.
How many times have you called someplace and heard this?
For customer service, press 1.
At First State Bank, when you call one of their 3 locations, you'll hear this.
First State Bank, this is Michelle. How may I help you?
From opening a checking or savings account to home or commercial loans, you'll get a friendly voice ready to assist with your banking needs. Call or stop by today and find out why for more than 100 years, First State Bank, where your friends bank. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. Online at firststatebankky.com.
And welcome back to Grayson County High School for the second game of our doubleheader as Breckinridge County faces the Cougars. Hello again, everyone. This is Lee Bramlett. The Fighting Tigers made it to the regional semifinals a year ago, finishing 12-18 on the season. Grayson County, a season that began with promise a year ago, ended with a 9-20 campaign. Both teams are warming up right now, as Breckinridge County will be looking to replace some contributors from last year's squad. Grayson County, several of the faces that were such a factor for the Cougars stepping or moving on from graduation. So both teams looking for answers here tonight as they begin the season, and they will get to find those answers coming up here in just a couple of minutes. We'll be back with more from Grayson County High School coming up in just a moment. Tonight's pregame show is brought to you by the home folks of Hardinsburg Tire Service.
So you've heard us talking about Brandenburg Telecom, and we could have chosen any other provider for our phone, internet, TV, and security service, but we chose Brandenburg Telecom.
It is not hard to find a good deal these days. What it is hard to find is a provider that delivers the best value of service. That's exactly what we're getting with Brandenburg Telecom.
They don't trick you with introductory rates.
They don't keep you waiting for service or waiting on the phone.
When they say they're going to do something, they do it.
Brandenburg Telecom are people who live
and work
and play in my community.
They're part of this community, and that's why they care.
If you only have one service with Brandenburg Telecom, you're missing out on their other great services.
Give them a chance.
You won't be disappointed. I'm ready for the burger.
Teams have gone back to the locker room to get last-minute instructions as we prepare for the season opener for the Fighting Tigers in Grayson County here in just a couple of minutes. If you're just coming across the dial, the Lady Tigers defeated Grayson County tonight to open their season on a winning note. 68-29 was the final score, but it is the Fighting Tigers front and center right now. Breckinridge County coming off, as we mentioned, a 12-18 campaign a year ago that saw them defeat Meade County in the district semifinals to advance into the championship and, more importantly, move to the region tournament. They were able to avenge a prior loss of the season to Muhlenberg County, advancing into the semi-final round before falling to Owensboro Catholic. However, the Tigers will be replacing some key elements of that squad. Hunter Barr among them, along with Colton Miller, Lane Tall, among some of the names that the Tigers will be looking to replace. Of course, Breckinridge County will have the benefit of some players coming over from football, that being in particular Chase Hardesty, Ladarian Parker, Lance Poole, among others. We have not mentioned the name Wyatt Burnett. Wyatt part of the team this year, but again still dealing with the injury that he suffered in the football game against the Cougars. He's still walking around in a cast and is not available tonight, but it will provide an opportunity perhaps for some newcomers to the team. We'll look maybe Hayden Brockman, bringing him back into the fold this year, returning from last year. Of course, their lead scorer returning, that being number 10, Mercer Rogers. They'll also look for contributions from Chase Hardesty, Devin Spalding, Jonah Miller, Braden Carmen. Also, Lance Poole came off the bench last year, along with some new faces, namely that of Ladarian Parker coming over from football. Also, the arrival as well of Hayden Brockman back into the rotation for Breckinridge County. Grayson County, a team a year ago people thought would contend down in the 12th district. Things went sideways really after the Tigers played them earlier in the year. Breckinridge County lost in the home opener up at Harnett, 72-62 back on November 29th of last year. In that game, Hunter Barr finished with 21 points. Mercer Rogers added 11. But it was a different story when the two teams came here back on February 7th. Breckinridge County with a 56-37 victory over the Cougars. Mercer Rogers and Lane Tall each had 12 points for Breckinridge County. But it is a new season. Grayson County coming onto the floor right now. Breckinridge County will follow as we're closing in on the start of tonight's ball game. Our pregame show is brought to you by the home folks of Martinsburg Tire Service.
Experience the difference of the Big Green Egg ceramic cooker from Irvington Gas Company. It's a smoker, a grill, and oven, all in one. It's easy to start, reaching cooking temperatures in just 10 minutes with temperature control so you can cook to perfection. It's safer to use and it's easy to clean up. Stop by Irvington Gas Company on Highway 79 to see the Big Green Egg and other gas grills available. Irvington Gas Company, serving this area for more than 75 years.
Back with you at Grayson County High School, about 2 minutes away from the start of tonight's ball game. Breckinridge County and Grayson County. A busy opening week for both of these teams, the Fighting Tigers and Lady Tigers. After tonight, Breckinridge County will head home for their home opener against Ohio County. That'll be on Thursday evening. That'll be a 7 o'clock start at Tiger Arena. We'll be on there with our coverage at around 6:45. Then it's the opening of the district campaign on Friday night as the Fighting Tigers and Lady Tigers will entertain the Cloverport Aces. We'll be on the air with coverage at around 5:15 for the girls' game. Then we'll wrap up this opening week with a trip down to Owensboro. Breckinridge County's Lady Tigers will take on Madisonville in the game as part of the Independence Bank Tip-Off Classic. We'll be on the air with that game at around 5:45 on Saturday afternoon. Both teams are heading to the bench right now. We're about to have the introduction of the starting lineups. That'll take care of our pregame show brought to you by the home folks of Martinsburg Tire Service. Starting lineups and tip-off are next here on 104.3 The River.
If you need home medical equipment, rely on Taylor Pharmacy. They deliver home medical equipment such as oxygen, lip chairs, hospital beds, and CPAP machines to Breckinridge and surrounding counties. They have everything a patient needs for recuperating at home. Taylor Pharmacy does so much more than fill prescriptions. They carry a full line of diabetic chews, have a gift department, and of course make delicious tailor-made fudge in a variety of flavors that include sugar-free. Stop by Taylor Pharmacy in Hardinsburg and see why your family and the Taylor Pharmacy family make a good team.
Both teams back at their benches as we are about to have the introduction of the starting lineups. We'll pick those up as we go along here. Breckinridge County will be the first to be introduced. They're dressed in road black with maroon numbers and letters along with white trim and lettering. Breckinridge County about to be introduced here.
Number 1, Chase Hardesty.
Chase Hardesty will start for the Tigers at a guard position, number 1.
5'8" junior, number 10, Mercer Rogers.
Mercer Rogers, the other guard, the leading scorer returning for the Tigers.
6'1" junior, number 23, Lance Poole.
Lance Poole will start as a third guard, number 23.
At 4, 6'2", sophomore, number 11, Jonah Miller.
Jonah Miller, number 11, starts at forward. And at center will be Braden Carmen. So it is Rogers, Hardesty, and Poole the guards, Miller the forward, Carmen the center. Breckinridge County is coached by Jeff LaGrange, assisted by Jeremy Bennett. Now Grayson County to be introduced. They're dressed in home white with blue lettering and numbers. Starting at center is number 24, Jack Longston.
Number 2, Spencer Langdon.
Spencer Langdon starts at a guard, number 2.
Guard 5'9" junior, number 5, Landon Haycraft.
Landon Haycraft, the third starter at guard.
Guard 6' sophomore, number 4, Gage Napier.
Gage Napier makes the start at guard.
And 4 to 6'1" sophomore, number 23, Brody Armstrong.
Brody Armstrong is at forward, so Grayson County will send out Haycraft, Napier, and Langdon at the guards. Brody Armstrong the forward, Jack Longston the center. Grayson County is coached by Travis Johnston. Johnston exhorting his team on. Now breaks from the free throw line as he sends his team out. Braden Carmen will jump it up against Jack Longston as we're just about to get this game underway. Breckinridge County will be moving from left to right as we view them here in this first half. Braden Carmen at about 6 foot, Jack Longston at about 6'6". As we're just about ready to get this one underway. Ball is in the air. Tap is controlled by Grayson County. So the Cougars will start the game. Langdon with the basketball, being guarded by Hardesty out front. They'll get the ball to Longston. Longston comes out near the time stripe, guarded by Mercer Rogers. Rogers trying to time for a steal. Lance Poole steps in front of the pass, intercepts it. From Gage Napier, Breckinridge County with their first possession. Here's Miller, pulls up 15-footer, got it. Jonah Miller opens the scoring for Breckinridge County. Tigers out in front 2-0 to start this game. Grayson County with their second possession of the night. Longston gets it from Armstrong. Now here's Napier, drives into the paint, kicks it over in the corner. A three on the way by Armstrong is no good. Fight for the rebound. Miller has to outduel Poole. And in the middle is Jack Longston, who's called for the reach-in. That'll be his first, team first against Grayson County. Breckinridge County now facing some full court pressure. Has Hardesty with the basketball, caught in a double team, tries to fight his way through. Hardesty has it knocked out of his hands, but gets it back. Now gets the ball ahead to Rogers. Rogers races into the front court for Breckinridge County, kicks it over in the corner. Poole squares, three on the way, too strong. And the ball knocked out of bounds, last touch by Breckinridge County. Grayson County's basketball to bring the length of the floor. Spencer Langdon will bring it up. Breckinridge County setting up in a zone as Mercer Rogers steps in front of Longston to knock the ball out of bounds. Grayson County will reset its side front court. 6:49 to go here in the opening quarter. Napier will inbounds at side front court opposite us. They'll bring it into Langdon for Grayson County. Langdon drives against Hardesty. Now dishes over. Armstrong will try another three-pointer. This one is no good. Rebound comes down to Mercer Rogers for Breckinridge County. Again, Tigers without Wyatt Burnett to start the season as he's still dealing with that leg injury. Here's a three-point attempt on the way by Hardesty. No good. Rebound comes down to Napier for Grayson County. Jack Longston with it for the Cougars. Longston drives to the free throw line against Rogers. Kicks it over in the corner. Here's a three-point attempt on the way. No good. Hits the top of the backboard. Out of bounds. Give it back to Grayson County. Haycraft had an opening there, but he kicked off the rim and hit the top of the backboard. Here's a pass intercepted off the press. Here's Armstrong caught in a double team. Now kicks the ball back out. Here's a jumper on the way by Langdon. That is good. Spencer Langdon with the first points of the game for Grayson County. Levels the game at 2. Breckinridge County trying to cope with this full court press. Cross court pass. Poole with it. Gets the ball back to Rogers. We're 2 minutes into the game, tied at 2. Hardesty with it on the left side, brings the ball out to Braden Carmen. Now Poole takes it. Jonah Miller with it. Miller with a lone basket to date. Rogers gets the ball to Poole from Carmen as Poole forces his way inside. Basket won't count as he's whistled for a travel. Turnover will give it back to Grayson County. 5:43 to go here in this opening quarter. Tied at 2. Jonah Miller with the opening basket. Langdon answered for Grayson County. Here is Langdon with the basketball, trying to move around the screen, gets caught up on his own man, and it's picked up by Chase Hardesty. Hardesty driving to the basket, lays it off the glass, blocked by Logston. Grayson County with it the other way will get a reach in by Mercer Rogers, is trying to time it for the steal. Rogers picks up his first foul, team first of the quarter. Grayson County basketball at side backcourt, 5:23 to go here in the opening frame. Langdon with it for Grayson County. Gets the ball out front to Armstrong. Haycraft kicks the ball back over. Logston will launch a three-pointer, in and out, no good. Rebound comes down to Mercer Rogers. Rogers across the time stripe for Breckinridge County. 5 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Rogers tries to move off the screen, now drives in the lane, tries to force up the shot, knocked out of his hands, picked up by Grayson County. Into the front court, here is a shot up and in by Landon Haycraft. 4-2 the score. 2-point lead in favor of Grayson County. Breckinridge County with the basketball, coming down to 4.5 minutes to go here in the opening quarter. Ball gets knocked up in the air, picked up by Jonah Miller. Carmen comes out to take it. Now Poole with it. Hardesty with it. Back out front to Rogers. Carmen kicks it over to Poole on the left side. Poole looking for someone to get the ball to. Now finally Miller comes out to take it. Bounce pass inside to Rogers, caught in the double team. Looking for someone to get it to, now kicks it out to Carmen. Here's a three-point attempt on the way, too strong by Miller. The rebound comes down to Logston for Grayson County. Into the front court, Armstrong gets the ball to Haycraft. Now Armstrong goes inside, pump fakes, puts up the shot, banks it in. Armstrong with the first points of the ball game. Grayson County now leading 6-2. And a pressure and a foul on Breckinridge County as the Tigers turn it over on the full court pressure. Jonah Miller picks up the foul, his first. That'll be the team's second. At the line, it is Gage Napier. He'll get a pair of free throws with 3:49 to go here in this opening quarter. Well, now they 2 free throws coming for Napier. First free throw is no good. Substitutions into the ball game for Breckinridge County. Number 13, Braxton Tall. Grayson County sends Caden Henshaw, number 3, into the lineup. Also in the ball game, number 33, Hayden Robinson. Free throw on the way is good. Substitution, Napier will come out, as we'll get number 12, Zach Bratcher, into the ball game. 7-2 the score. Breckinridge County facing full court pressure. Tigers break the press as Miller gets the ball to Carmen. Carmen drives the paint, has his shot altered. Rebound comes down to Grayson County. Cougars quickly running the other way. Hanshaw gets the ball to Robinson, has it knocked away. Ball goes to the floor, picked up by Jonah Miller for the Tigers. 3:25 remaining here in the opening quarter, 7-2. Here is Miller, pulls up, free throw lane jumper, no good. Fight for the rebound, batted around, and we'll get a foul on Grayson County. Foul is going to be on Logston. Logston picks up his second, and he will have to head to the bench with those 2 fouls. As the Cougars have to go to their bench. That takes the height out of the ball game for Grayson County. Rogers tries a no-look pass. It gets tipped up in the air and picked up by Caden Hanshaw for Grayson County. Here's Hanshaw on the drive against Rogers. Just drives down the middle of the lane. They'll get Hanshaw for a charge. Hanshaw, you may recall, was the standout football player. He charged right down the lane. We get a couple of substitutions. Hayden Brockman, number 00, checks in for the first time, as does Devin Spalding for the Tigers. 3:11 to go here in the opening quarter. Breckinridge County trails 7-2 as Jonah Miller drives down the lane and draws a foul. Foul will be Grayson County's Hayden Robinson. That'll be his first. That'll be the team fourth. So Jonah Miller will go to the line, has the lone points thus far for Breckinridge County. He'll get a pair of free throws here. First attempt on the way is good. 3 for Miller. Breckinridge County now trails 7-3. One more attempt on the way. Free throw up and good. So Jonah Miller with all 4 of Breckinridge County's points thus far. And it's 7-4 as we work our way to the 3-minute mark to go here in this opening quarter. Grayson County up by 3. Langdon with the basketball, gets it to Hanshaw, drives down the lane, puts up the shot, no good, but draws a foul from Breckinridge County. And it will be Mercer Rogers, and that will be his second. That'll be the team third. So Hanshaw will go to the line for Grayson County. Freshman first attempt on the way is good. Chase Hardesty will check into the lineup for the Tigers as Mercer Rogers heads to the bench. One more attempt on the way by Hanshaw. Too strong. Rebound comes down to Robinson for Grayson County. Hanshaw gets it back. Gets the ball to Langdon. Here's a three-point attempt on the way by Zach Bratcher. No good. Rebound comes down to Braxton Tall. Grayson County really attacking off of any miss as they go to the floor, as Braxton and Spalding both had double team pressure. Spalding is tied up. Alternating possession will go back to Breckinridge County. Lance Poole will check in for Devin Spalding. We're at 2:37 to go here in the first quarter. Grayson County leads Breckinridge County 8-4. Tigers struggling with the Grayson County pressure. Here is Poole driving to the basket, lays it up and in. Nice look from Miller to find a Poole for the basket. And Breckinridge County pulls to within 2 at 8-6. Under 2.5 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Hanshaw holds the ball out at long range against Poole. Gets the ball to Robinson. Here's a 3 on the way by Langdon. Looks short is. Rebound batted up in the air. Poole and Hanshaw going for it. Knocked out of bounds. Last touched by Poole. Grayson County will reset at side front court with 2:13 remaining here in the opening quarter. Breckinridge County had one lead in the game thus far at 2-0 off the Miller basket. Here is a drive up, no good, and we get a foul on Hayden Brockman. Brockman will pick up his first foul. That'll be the team fourth. At the line, free throw attempt is no good. One more attempt for Kobe Martin, number 20. Martin gets the second of the 2 free throws on the way, back of the rim, no good. Tipped up in the air, rebounded by Jonah Miller for the Tigers. Here is Poole with it for Breckinridge County. Poole, cross-court pass, finds Braxton Tall. Joe Bennett back home, plumbing around, 3-point attempt, no good. Rebound, it comes back out. Here's Poole, gonna try a 3. That is no good. Rebound comes down to Grayson County. Cougars on the run, trying to get it ahead to Robinson out. Here's a 3 on the way. That is no good. Battle for the rebound comes down to Miller for Breckinridge County. Tigers on the run as Jonah Miller drives the basket. No good, but draws a foul from the Cougars. Foul is going to be on Grayson County's Caden Hanshaw. That'll be his second, and that'll be the team fifth. Jonah Miller will head back to the line for Breckinridge County. He's 2 of 2 from the line in this ball game. Steps up to try to tie it up. Free throw on the way is good. One more attempt for Miller. This would give us our second tie of the game, and we'll have to wait as Carmen And Brockman tried to go up and tip the ball back, but they'll get him on an over the back call. Brockman picks up his second, the team fifth. So we'll walk down to the other end to shoot free throws. Carmen will check back in for Breckinridge County. And that will send Zach Bratcher to the line. He'll have 2 free throws here. Grayson County right now 2 of 6 from the line. One more attempt upcoming as Gage Napier back in the ball game for Grayson County. Bratcher makes the first free throw. One more attempt on the way, no good. Carmen goes and gets the rebound for the Tigers. Jonah Miller with the basketball ahead to Braxton Tall. Tall driving, kicks it down to Hardesty. Hardesty drives the baseline, forces up the shot, no good, but he'll head to the line. Foul's going to be on Zach Bratcher. That'll be his first, the team's 6th. Hardesty will get a pair of free throws. Has not scored in the game. Steps up with a minute 29 to go here in this first quarter. First free throw is good. Hardesty's first points of the season pull Breckinridge County to within 1 at 9-8. Hardesty gets the second of 2 free throws upcoming. Second one on the way by Hardesty is good. Have our second tie of the night at 9. A minute 25 remaining as Bratcher seeks to break the tie with a three-pointer, no good. Rebound comes down to Jonah Miller. Hardesty in the front court for Breckinridge County, charges into the lane, now kicks it back out. Miller will try a three-pointer, that is front of the rim, no good. Carmen goes in and gets the rebound, will get a jump ball, and the alternating possession will favor Grayson County. Chase Bannock, number 11, will check into the lineup for the Cougars. Grayson County's basketball to bring the length of the floor with a minute 10 remaining here in the quarter, tied at 9. Hanshaw brings it across the time stripe. Lance Poole out to meet him. Hanshaw gets the ball to Armstrong. Back to Hanshaw as he dribbles around the arc. Will hand the ball to Martin. Now Bannock gets the ball to Napier. Armstrong thought about the three, now kicks it over in the corner. Out front, Napier bluffs the three, now steps to the lane, puts up the shot, runner doesn't go. Rebound, Braden Carmen for Breckinridge County. Poole running the other way, 2 on 4. Poole leans in, banks it off the glass, and good. Lance Poole with his 4th point of the ball game. Tigers retake the lead at 11-9. Final 30 seconds of the quarter. Armstrong bluffs the three, now steps inside. A runner in the paint is too strong. Fight for the rebound. Armstrong gets it back, has it yanked out of his hands, but a foul on Breckinridge County. They'll get Braxton Tall with a reach in. Tall will pick up his first foul. So Brody Armstrong will go to the line for Grayson County. He's got 2 points of the ball game, but making his first free throw attempts of the night with 23.7 seconds remaining here in the quarter. First attempt on the way is good. Langdon will check back in the ball game for Grayson County. Second attempt on the way is no good. Rebound fought for by Braden Carmen. Tigers coming the other way. Breckinridge County presumably will go for 1 here. And we get a turnover by Breckinridge County. Tigers simply lost the handle and went out of bounds. So it'll be Grayson County's basketball with 10.5 seconds remaining in the quarter. Here is Langdon with it. Langdon spins on Miller, puts up a shot partially blocked, but they will say Jonah Miller fouled him. And that'll be Miller's second foul.
Breckinridge County foul number 11, Jonah Miller, his second.
So Jonah Miller has 2 fouls. Mercer Rogers has 2. Hayden Brockman has 2. At the line, it is Langdon for Grayson County for his first free throw attempt of the night and misses this one. Grayson County be the 10th free throw attempt upcoming. They've only knocked down 4 pending this attempt, and this one goes through, so We have our third tie of the night at 11. With 1 second left, here's a shot as the pass is intercepted, and a three-pointer. Langdon stepped in front of the pass and just launched a desperation heave to the basket, and he knocks it in. So Grayson County will take a three-point lead at the end of the first quarter, 14-11. Fighting Tigers Sports back after the 60-second timeout here on 104.3 The River.
Joe Bennett Backhoe Plumbing and Rentals been in business since 1973 and are still going strong and growing. They carry the largest selection of rental equipment in the area. They can also take care of all your residential and commercial plumbing needs. They haul rock, install cisterns, dig footers, basements, and backfill around your home. Call 270-756-2946. That's Joe Bennett Backhoe Plumbing and Rental, located on Old Highway 60 in Hardinsburg, a proud supporter of Breckinridge County and the Fighting Tigers.
Breckinridge County was hoping to escape the quarter with a tie, but an errant pass on the inbounds led to Langdon putting up a three-pointer at the buzzer. And that is giving Grayson County a 14-11 lead to start the second quarter. Breckinridge County returns with their starting five of Hardesty, Rogers, Carmen, Poole, and Jonah Miller. Carmen with the basketball for Breckinridge County, caught in the double team, gets it out to Hardesty. Breckinridge County working around the defense here. Poole gets the ball to Carmen. Carmen drives in the paint, kicks it over to Mercer Rogers. Three on the way, no good. Rebound comes down to Grayson County. Here is Langdon, tries the shot up, no good. Napier on the follow, puts it up and in. As the ball knocked out of bounds, we get a foul on Grayson County. Braxton Tall will check into the ball game. Jonah Miller sits down. Foul is on Chase Benock for Grayson County. That'll be his first, team first of the quarter. Again, a change. Fouls are tabulated by quarter now versus half, as had been done in the past. Here's Hardesty driving the baseline. Little runner up, no good. Rebound comes down to Grayson County's Brody Armstrong. Here's Langdon racing into the front court. Langdon kicks it over in the corner. Napier with it. Out to Armstrong, bluffs the three. Now here is a jumper on the way, good. By Landon Haycraft with a basket. Makes it a 18-11 score. Grayson County by 7. Here's the shot up, no good, as Breckinridge County has to scramble to pick the rebound, and we get a foul on Grayson County. Brody Armstrong picks up the foul, his first. That is his first, team second. Devin Spalding will check back into the lineup for Breckinridge County. We have 6:45 remaining here in the first half of play. Grayson County with their biggest lead of the night at 18-11. Here's Spalding pulling up with a runner, 17-footer, no good. Carmen had the rebound knocked out of his hands, picked up by Braxton Tall. Tall has the ball knocked away, ball goes to the floor, scramble, knocked out of bounds. It'll be last touched by Breckinridge County. Grayson County on a 9-0 run after the Tigers had taken an 11-9 lead. Langdon brings it across the time stripe for Grayson County. Langdon now drives down the lane, spins, gets the ball knocked away, picked back up. Benock gets it out to Haycraft. Here's a three on the way by Benock, short. Rebound put up and in by Langdon. Langdon with now his fourth point of the ball, make it his 10th point of the ball game. Grayson County comes away with the basketball as we get a whistle and a foul on Breckinridge County headed down the front court. Tigers right now struggling to get the momentum back as the foul is on Braxton Tall. At the other end on the block, he is fouled. That'll be his second, team first. Inbound comes in to Haycraft. Here's Langdon going to launch a three from the corner. That is no good. Rebound comes down to Chase Hardesty. Breckinridge County trailing by 9 at 20-11. Here is Braxton Tall, shot up no good, but he draws a foul. Foul's going to be on Brody Armstrong. He picks up his second. That'll be the team third of the quarter. So Braxton Tall will head to the line for Breckinridge County. Tall has not scored in the game. Steps up for 2 free throws here with 5:42 remaining in the first quarter. Or first half, excuse me. Tall's free throw attempt is no good. Hayden Brockman will check back into the ball game. Breckinridge County has Hardesty, Brockman, Tall, Spalding, and Rogers. Grayson County with Langdon, Haycraft, Zach Bratcher, Hayden Robinson. As the second free throw attempt by Tall is good. That stops an 11-0 run by Grayson County to make it 20-12. Other player in the ball game is number 15, Kyle Higdon for Grayson County. Robinson squares up 3 straight away, got it. Robinson's first points of the night, and Grayson County with a 23-12 lead. As we'll get a whistle and a foul on Grayson County. Robinson was trying to go for the steal, but instead picks up the foul. That'll be his second, team fourth. Lance Poole will check back into the ball game for Breckinridge County. Mercer Rogers to inbound for the Tigers. They'll bring the ball into Spalding. Spalding bounce pass, gets it to Brockman, turn around in the paint, shot up, rattles in, rattled around but fell through for Brockman's first points of the season. Tigers pulled within 9 at 23-14. Down to the other end, shot no good. Rebound comes down to Mercer Rogers, has the ball knocked out of his hands, but a foul on Grayson County.
Number 15, Kyle Higdon, his first.
Kyle Higdon picks up his first, team fifth. And we'll march down to the other end for free throws for Mercer Rogers, who has not scored in this ball game. Breckinridge County 6 of 8 from the line as a team thus far in the game. Rogers steps up with 5:07 remaining here in the first half. Tigers trail 23-14. First free throw is good. Rogers' first points of the night. Pulls the Tigers to within 8 at 23-15. Second attempt is good. 23-16, Grayson County by 7 with the basketball. Langdon with it. Gets the ball ahead to Bratcher. Now Langdon thought about the 3, doesn't take it. Drives on Rogers, lays it off, and the basket up and in by Kyle Higdon. Higdon with his first points of the ball game. Down on the other end, a foul on Grayson County.
Grayson County foul, number 12, Zach Bratcher.
Zach Bratcher will pick up his second foul. So we'll go to the line to shoot free throws. First free throw by Spalding is no good. They'll have one more attempt here. Second attempt, no good. Tigers trail by 9, 25-16, with 4.5 minutes to go in the first half. Bratcher kicks it back out front. Haycraft with it. Robinson has the ball batted away from him, picked up by Mercer Rogers. Rogers spins, puts up the shot off the glass and in. Rogers now with 4 points of the ball game. Tigers pulled within 7 at 25-18. Grayson County with the basketball. Working to 4 minutes to go as a spin move by Langdon puts it off the glass and in. Langdon now with 12 points in the ball game. Makes it 27-18. At the other end, Kobe Poole answers down at the other end for Breckinridge County. Poole with his 6th point of the night, 27-20 the score. Pass taken away by Breckinridge County. Tall gets it ahead to Rogers, puts it off the glass, good, and draws the foul. Mercer Rogers now has scored 6 points in quick succession. And if he makes the 3-point play, as Higdon is fouled, if he makes the free throw here, Tigers will pull back to within 4. So now does Breckinridge County on a run of their own here. One more attempt upcoming for Rogers. Free throw attempt by Mercer is good. Rogers with 7 in the ball game. Breckinridge County on a 5-0 run here. Tigers have trailed by as many as 11 in this quarter. 12-4 run by the Tigers have pulled them back to within 4 as we head to 3.5 minutes to go here in this first half of play. Martin hands the ball out front. Armstrong going to try a long three, is blocked and picked up by Kobe Poole. Poole on the run looking ahead to Brockman. Brockman kicks it out front. Rogers will square. Three-pointer on the way. Got it. Joe Benebacco plumbing a rental three-point basket from Mercer Rogers. And the Tigers now to within 1 at 27-26. Down to the other end. Here's a shot up, no good. Rebound comes to Braden Carmen. Had it knocked out of his hands for just a minute. And now the Tigers head the other way, headed down to 3 minutes to go. Tigers with a chance to regain the lead after falling behind by as many as 11. Rogers being guarded by Haycraft in the lane. Little floater goes up, no good. Rebound put up, no good. Tigers had a chance at it there as Ryan Nottingham had the rebound but could not connect on the putback. Here's Haycraft with a three-pointer that is no good. Rebound gets away from Rogers as Spalding was under pressure trying to get it back to Mercer Rogers, and it bounced off of Rogers and out of bounds. Number 21, Benjamin Grimes, will check into the lineup for the first time. .236 remaining here in what has been an action-packed second quarter. Breckinridge County has rallied to cut the deficit to 1, but that now becomes 3 as Robinson gets the basket. Eases Grayson County back out to a 29-26 lead. Grayson County forces the turnover, and at the other end, it is Martin with a putback. Tigers have struggled with the full court pressure tonight. Grayson County now back up by 5 at 31-26. Here's a pass to Kobe Poole. Poole gets it ahead to Brockman. Brockman bounce pass ahead. Nottingham pump fakes, puts it off the glass and in. Ryan Nottingham with his first points of the season. Tigers to within 3 at 31-28. Grayson County with the basketball. Under 2 minutes to go as Haycraft's shot is no good. Armstrong caught underneath, has the ball knocked out of his hands, picked up by Nottingham. Breckinridge County will head the other way. Rogers with it, with 1:40 left to go here in the half. Rogers being guarded by Haycraft. Rogers drives down the lane, snakes inside, tries a little reverse layup, no good. Fight for the rebound, it's picked up by Armstrong for Grayson County. Cougars trying to go for the run out. Here's Robinson squaring up for a three-pointer that is off the mark, no good. Martin tries to rescue it and does so, gets the ball eventually to Armstrong, spins, puts it off the glass, no good. Rebound comes down to Breckinridge County. Rockman had it out, knocked out of his hands. Nottingham able to pick it up with 1:10 remaining. And the Tigers will bring the ball up the floor. And we'll get a timeout. Breckinridge County, they take their first timeout of the ball game with 1:05 remaining here in the first quarter of the score.
Once a Tiger, always a Tiger. Breckinridge County High School alumni Matt Mattingly and Katie Critchlow at Legacy Physical Therapy salute you, Breckinridge County, and support Breckinridge County sports. Legacy Physical Therapy is an outpatient physical therapy clinic proudly serving Breckinridge County with that Tiger pride. Located at 237 Highway 60 in Hardinsburg, Matt Mattingly and Katie Critchlow and their staff are very proud to serve their patients and their community. At Legacy Physical Therapy, they treat people, not patients.
Breckinridge County trailed at 1 point, 23-12 here in the second quarter. And then the Tigers went on a 14-4 run. Cut the margin down to 27-26. Grayson County regained their bearings, stretched the margin back out to 5 at 31-26. Tigers, though, have closed it down to a 3-point deficit, 31-28. Mercer Rogers, after failing to score in the first quarter, having to sit with some foul trouble, has come back with 10 points here in this second quarter as he has helped pull Breckinridge County back into this ball game. Grayson County again applying man-to-man pressure as Rogers will come across the time stripe inside the final minute of this opening quarter. Here's Rogers driving the baseline, tries a reverse layup. No, he'll get it out. Hardesty launches a three. That is good. They'll just say it's a two-pointer. Chase Hardesty with his 4th point of the ball game pulls the Tigers to within 1 at 31-30. Here's a three on the way by Napier. That is good. Napier with his 4th point of the ball game. And Grayson County takes a 4-point lead, 34-30. Rogers gets the ball ahead. Nottingham out front to Rogers. Under 30 seconds remaining here in the quarter. Grimes kicks the ball over. Nottingham back to Hardesty. Ball gets knocked across the time stripe. Hardesty maintains it though. Down to 6 seconds, down to 5. Rogers squares up with a three-pointer that is no good. Grimes with it. Tries to force up a shot at the buzzer. That will count. So Grimes, running out of time, lobs it up and knocks down a basket to end the quarter. Grimes' basket pulls Breckinridge County to within 2. Tonight's second quarter has been brought to you by Commonwealth Machining. The halftime score, Grayson County 34, Breckinridge County 32.
Do you know what the Breckinridge County Health Department does? We do everything from pool inspections to site evaluations on septic tanks, the WIC program, women's health, immunizations, children and adults, disaster preparedness, and community health education, among many other things. For more information, you can call us at 270-756-5121 or go to our website, BreckinridgeCountyHealthDEPT.org. And good luck, Breckinridge County Fighting Tigers, from all of us at the Breckinridge County Health Department.
Halftime here at Grayson County High School. Lee Bramlett with you. The score, Grayson County 34, Breckinridge County 32. The Tigers' only lead in this game came at 2-0. Grayson County then ripped off 7 in a row to take the lead. They have never trailed since then. At one point, they built the margin out to 23-12, but then Breckinridge County went on a run of 14-4 in the second quarter. They cut the deficit down to 27-26. Grayson County pushed it back out to a 5-point margin at 31-26. Tigers, though, closed back in. Trailed by 4 going to the end of the half. Benjamin Grimes with a shot as time expired in the half to lift the Tigers to a 2-point deficit, 34-32 here at halftime. Breckinridge County trailing at Grayson County. We'll be back with more from Litchfield after this timeout. The halftime show brought to you by Highway 60 Pawn here on 104.3 The River.
At Wright Implement, you'll find the full line of John Deere mowers, gators, tractors, ag equipment, John Deere apparel, toys, and more, along with a complete line of Steel and Honda power equipment. And we have a parts and service department that's second to none. Wright Implement has 15 locations throughout Kentucky and southern Indiana to serve you. The right equipment, the right service, and always the right price. Wright Implement, serving great customers like you since 1936. Online at wrightimp.com.
Back with you at Grayson County High School. The halftime score, Grayson County 34, Breckinridge County 32. Let's take a look at the unofficial scoring in the first half. Breckinridge County being led by Mercer Rogers. He finished the half with 10 points all of the second quarter on a pair of 2-point baskets, 3 of 3 from the free throw line, and a Joe Benebaco Plumbing and Rental 3-point basket. From there, the scoring goes like this. Lance Poole finishing the half with 6 points, 5 in the half going to Jonah Miller, 4 points of the ball game to Chase Hardesty, 2 points each to Benjamin Grimes, also Ryan Nottingham and Hayden Brockman. Braxton Tall, 1 of 2 from the free throw line for his lone point on the evening. For Grayson County, they're being led in scoring right now by Spencer Langdon. He has 10 points in the first half. From there, it goes down to 5 points for Hayden Robinson, 4 points in the ball game to Gage Napier, 4 points to Caden Hanshaw, make that 3 points to Caden Hanshaw in the first half. 2 points in the ball game to Kyle Higdon, 2 points to Kobe Martin, 4 points to Landon Haycraft, 3 points to Brody Armstrong, and that is the scoring here in the first half. Breckinridge County trailing 34-32 at halftime. Quick reminder to be sure to tune in on Friday night during halftime of the doubleheader with Cloverport. We'll announce our Subway Player of the Game, or the Player of the Week. Sub Player of the Week is brought to you by Subway on Old Highway 60 in Hardinsburg. Quick update on the schedule upcoming. We'll actually have that for you in just a couple of minutes. We'll take another break here. Halftime show brought to you by Highway 60 Pawn here on 104.3 The River. The 80s live.
How many times have you called someplace and heard this?
For customer service, press 1.
At First State Bank, when you call one of their 3 locations, you'll hear this.
First State Bank, this is Michelle. How may I help you?
From opening a checking or savings account to home or commercial loans, you'll get a friendly voice ready to assist with your banking needs. Call or stop by today and find out why for more than 100 years, First State Bank, where your friends bank. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. Online at firststatebankky.com.
Grayson County back out on the court right now, warming up before the start of the second half. Breckinridge County still back in the locker room. Quick update on the foul situation. Nobody any more than 2 fouls. Mercer Rogers, Jonah Miller, Braxton Tall, and Hayden Brockman each with 2 across the way for Grayson County. Robinson, Zach Bratcher, Jack Longston, Brody Armstrong, Caden Hanshaw, and Kyle Higdon each with 2 fouls for the Tigers. A reminder, we'll be back with you on Thursday night as the Fighting Tigers play their home opener at Tiger Arena against Ohio County. That's a 7 o'clock varsity game. We'll be on there with coverage at around 6:45. Then another doubleheader on Friday night as the Fighting Tigers and Lady Tigers host Cloverport. Coverage will begin at around 5:15 Friday afternoon. Then we'll be back with you from Owensboro as the Lady Tigers head to the Sports Center, take part in the Independence Bank Tip-Off Classic against Madisonville. That's a 6 o'clock start. Coverage begins at 5:45 here on 104.3 The River. After that, next week, looking ahead, it'll be a Tuesday night doubleheader with Whitesville Trinity from Tiger Arena. Coverage again gets underway at around 5:15 for the game. Second half about to get underway here. Halftime show brought to you by Highway 60 Pawn. The score, Grayson County 34, Breckinridge County 32.
So you've heard us talking about Brandenburg Telecom, and we could have chosen any other provider for our phone, internet, TV, and security service, but we chose Brandenburg Telecom.
It is not hard to find a good deal these days. What it is hard to find is a provider that delivers the best value of service. That's exactly what we're getting with Brandenburg Telecom.
They don't trick you with introductory rates.
They don't keep you waiting for service or waiting on the phone.
When they say they're going to do something, they do it.
Brandenburg Telecom are people who live
and work
and play in my community.
They're a part of this community, and that's why they care.
If you only have one service with Brandenburg Telecom, you're missing out on their other great services.
Give them a chance.
You won't be disappointed. We're ready for the program.
Get the second half underway here at Grayson County High School. The halftime score, 34-32. Breckinridge County trail by as many as 11 in the first half. Rallied back to cut it down to 1. The Cougars had pushed it back out to a 5-point margin before Grimes' basket of the buzzer cut the Breckinridge County deficit down to 2. In case you're just coming in, Breckinridge County Lady Tigers opened their season with a win over Grayson County 68-29. They will be back in action on Friday night against the Cloverport Lady Aces. Breckinridge County will return their starting 5: Mercer Rogers, Braden Carmen, Chase Hardesty, Lance Poole, and Jonah Miller. Grayson County goes back with almost their starting 5. Caden Hanshaw will stay in. He joins Jack Longston, Brody Armstrong, Landon Haycraft, and Spencer Langdon. Hanshaw with the basketball for Grayson County. Cougars moving to the right side of your radio dial as they go on the give and go to Longston, who puts it up and in. Longston set out practically the entire first half after picking up 2 fouls. Basket here puts Grayson County up 36-32. Tigers lose the basketball. Grayson County gets it right back. Here's a shot on the way, no good. Logston tries to put back, no good. Tipped up in the air, finally pulled down by Chase Hardesty for Breckinridge County. Hardesty driving down the lane. Runner rolls off the rim, no good. Rebound comes down to Grayson County's Landon Haycraft. Hanshaw directs traffic for the Cougars. We're 50 seconds into the half. Here's a three-point attempt on the way. Good by Logston. So Logston quickly makes up for his absence as he scores the first 5 points of the quarter for Grayson County to take it to a 39-32 lead. Grayson County picking up with full court pressure. Here is Poole, lost the handle, goes the floor, able to get it back, caught in the double team. Now he'll just run, tries to lay it off the glass, no good. Gets his own miss, goes up over Logston, puts it up, no good. On the putback is Jonah Miller. Miller with his 7th point of the ball game. 39-34, 5-point lead for Grayson County. Turnaround jumper good though by Langdon at the other end. Langdon has his 12th point of the night. 41-34, 7-point lead. Miller facing a double team, now gets the ball ahead to Hardesty. Hardesty, Breckinridge County with numbers 4-on-1. And here's Rogers, tries a little scoop shot, doesn't go. Rebound comes down to Armstrong for Grayson County. Logston with it in the front court for the Cougars. Driving, little runner from 8, no good, but he draws the foul from Breckinridge County. Foul.
Number 24, Grayson County, Jack Logston. That's his 3rd.
They'll get Jack Logston with a charge. And that is his 3rd foul. Team first of the second half or the 3rd quarter. Breckinridge County able to break the press. Braden Carmen with it. Carmen, free throw line, kicks it over. Intended for Hardesty. Pass is picked off by Haycraft. Grayson County will come the other way. Hanshaw with it. Hanshaw will hand the ball back to Langdon. Langdon curls into the lane, now kicks it out. Here's Napier going to try a three-pointer and drains it. Napier with his 2nd three-pointer of the night. And Grayson County has taken it back out to double digits at 44-34 as the ball knocked out of bounds away from Breckinridge County. Braxton Tall will check into the lineup for the Tigers. Here's Miller with the basketball. Miller gives it in the lane to Tall. Has the ball knocked out of his hands. Here's Carmen going in, puts the shot up, no good. Gets his own miss, goes back, has it knocked out of his hands. Down low, turnaround shot doesn't go. Gets his own miss, goes back up, no good. Tapped up in the air, batted around, and Grayson County's Shaq Logston comes down with it. A wild sequence there. Tigers getting up the shots, just unable to knock them down. At the other end, Logston, 12-footer, rolls off, no good. Ball gets knocked away, but picked up by Braxton Tall for Breckinridge County. Into the front court, Rogers with it for the Tigers, working down to 5 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. And we get a whistle away from the ball. Let's see what we got 2 fouls. Foul's going to be on Napier. So Napier picks up the foul. That is his 1st. That'll be his 2nd. Foul is going to be on also Braden Carmen. He picks up his 1st. Team first as we get a foul underneath. And then a foul on Grayson County on Jack Logston. And that is his 4th.
Grayson County foul on number 24.
As Brody Armstrong will come into the ball game. Logston heads back to the sideline. Inbounds Breckinridge County with 5:01 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Here's Jonah Miller driving the baseline, pushes up the shot, no good, but draws the foul off of Brody Armstrong. That'll be Armstrong's 3rd, the team 4th.
23, Brody Armstrong, his 3rd, team's 4th.
So that'll send Jonah Miller to the free throw stripe. Miller has 7 points in the ball game. He'll step to the line for free throws here with 4:58 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Misses the 1st attempt. Has 1 more on the way. One more attempt for Miller, who's got 7 points on the night. This free throw attempt comes up short. Rebound, Braden Carmen. He goes back up, banks it off the glass, no good. Tigers getting the better on the offensive rebounds. Finally put up and in as Jonah Miller goes in, fights and gets his 9th point of the night. 44-36, Grayson County with an 8-point lead will get a reach-in foul on Braden Carmen down at the other end. Actually, they'll call Braxton Tall with a foul. That'll be his 3rd, team 2nd. Now Coach Todd Johnston wanting an explanation on something as the inbounds comes in right in front of the Grayson County bench. 4:38 to go. We get a whistle and a foul as Miller goes to the floor, and they're going to get Napier with the foul.
Grayson County foul number 4, Gage Napier, his 2nd.
That'll be his 2nd, team 5th. Hayden Brockman will check in at the next dead ball opportunity as Jonah Miller will head back to the free throw strike for the Tigers.
Jonah Miller is back at the line for 2.
Miller 3 of 6 on the night from the free throw line. Gets 2 free throws here. First free throw on the way by Miller is good. Miller now with 10 points of the ball game. Brockman will check in. One more attempt for Miller on the way here. Free throw is up in the air, in and out, no good. Rebound though, Brockman. He puts it up and in on the follow. So Breckinridge County cuts the deficit after trailing by 10. Tigers have it as we get a full timeout. The score, Grayson County 44, Breckinridge County 39. We'll go ahead and keep it right here for just a moment. Breckinridge County off the missed free throw. Hayden Brockman with his 4th point of the night. Tigers at 1 point trailed in this ball game 44-34. They've scored the last 5 and have put this back to within a 5-point ball game. Leading scorers on the night right now, Mercer Rogers and Jonah Miller, each with 10 points for the Tigers. Spencer Langdon leading the way for Grayson County with 12 points. Foul situation again. Jack Lawson has had to go to the bench with 4. The only player in immediate foul trouble for Breckinridge County is Braxton Tall. He has 3. When play resumes, it will be Grayson County basketball. Breckinridge County opting not to challenge with any full court pressure, as it'll be Gage Napier to inbounds to Caden Henshaw. Across the time stripe, here's Henshaw dribbling to the right, trying to get around Poole. Gets to the baseline, kicks it back out. Langdon will launch a 3-pointer that is no good. Rebound Braden Carmen for the Tigers. He gives the ball to Chase Hardesty. Hardesty over to Rogers. Back out front to Hardesty. Hardesty thought about a drive, now kicks it back over to Rogers on the left side. Coming down to 4 minutes remaining here in the 3rd quarter. Tigers trying to cut into that 5-point deficit. Rogers directs traffic, now gets the ball to Lance Poole. Down low to Carmen. Carmen backs in, puts up the shot, and banks it in. Braden Carmen's first points of the ball game. Tigers pull to within 3 at 44-41 with 3:43 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Hanshaw with the basketball for Grayson County, gets it to Armstrong. Takes the handoff, now drives into the lane. He kicks it back over to Hanshaw, bluffs the 3. Down in the corner, Haycraft with it, being guarded by Rogers. They'll get the ball to Hanshaw. Hanshaw steps inside and we'll get a charging call against Grayson County. Caden Hanshaw picks up his 3rd. Since it's a player control foul, would not be a shooting foul. Substitutions into the ball game. Kobe Martin, Zach Bratcher, Hayden Robinson for Grayson County. Joining Gage Napier and Spencer Langdon, Breckinridge County has Rogers, Hardesty, Brockman, Poole, and Carmen. Hardesty tries to dribble through a double team, no call. Now caught in a triple team. Breckinridge County, though, able to maintain possession. Rogers almost lost the dribble, gets it away to Hardesty. Hardesty kicks it over. Brockman tries a 16-footer baseline, no good. Rebound comes down to Langdon and will get a reach-in on Chase Hardesty.
Number 1, Chase Hardesty, his first, team's third.
Hardesty will pick up his first, the team third against Grayson County in this quarter, or against Breckinridge County in the quarter. We have 3:05 remaining here in the third quarter. Grayson County 44, Breckinridge County 41. Langdon will come across the time stripe for the Cougars, being guarded by Hardesty. They'll kick it out to Napier. Napier at the top of the key. Gets the ball to Zach Bratcher. Here is Langdon, pulls up, 12-footer on the way, got it. Langdon with his 14th point of the night. Grayson County back to a 5-point lead, 46-41. Tigers break the press. Hardesty gets the ball ahead to Poole, caught in the triple team. Took the extra step as he tried to drive to the basket and called for the travel. And it comes back over to Grayson County with 2:37 left to go here in the quarter. Kobe Martin across the time stripe for Grayson County. Hands the ball off to Langdon. Now it's Napier. Here's a jumper on the way. Three-pointer, no good. Rebound comes down to Hardesty. Breckinridge County trying to run out. Here is Rogers. Rogers off balance, puts up the shot, can't get it to go. Rebound comes down to Grayson County. Got a good look, just simply could not get the finish. Out front, Bratcher with it, loses the handle, picked up by Poole. Poole on the run, 2-on-1. Drives the basket, puts it up, no good. We'll get a foul on the floor. Foul is going to be on Napier. That'll be his third. And Lance Poole will head to the free throw stripe. Poole, his first free throw attempts of the night. He's got 6 points of the game. Gets free throws here with 2:01 remaining. First attempt on the way is good. Poole with his 7th point of the night. Pulls Breckinridge County to within 4 at 46-42. Poole with another free throw attempt upcoming. On the way, this one is short. Carmen had a hand on it, able to deflect it away to Poole, who banks it off the glass and in, and draws a foul. That started with Braden Carmen's ability to deflect the basketball. Foul is going to be on Zach Bratcher for Grayson County. That is his third. And Lance Poole back at the line for Breckinridge County, trying to complete a 3-point play that would pull the Tigers to within 1. Free throw attempt on the way is good. 10 in the ball game now for Poole. 46-45, under 2 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. Breckinridge County on an 11-2 run to pull back to within 1 point in this game. Langdon with the basketball, kicks it over. Here's a jumper on the way, no good. Rebound, Braden Carmen for Breckinridge County. Tigers with a chance to regain the lead if they can make a basket here. Breckinridge County fans calling for and then finally getting the foul as Zach Bratcher was being very aggressive on Mercer Rogers. Now Bratcher trying to lobby a case here with the referee. And now Mercer Rogers will head to the line. Chance to tie it or give Breckinridge County the lead. First free throw on the way, looks short is. One more free throw coming. Chase Bednock will check into the ball game. So you've got Jack Logston with 4, Zach Bratcher with 4. One more attempt for Rogers to try to tie the game. On the way and good. The 11 for Rogers. Just our 4th tie of the game. At 46, Grayson County with the basketball. Knocked away and picked up by Jonah Miller. Miller drives, tries to lay it off the glass, no good. Rebound, Braden Carmen, or Brockman rather. He puts up the shot short. Poole fights for the rebound. It's going to be out of bounds. Let's see, a foul on Breckinridge County's Lance Poole.
Number 23, Lance Poole. His first, team's 4th.
His first, team 4th. With 1:12 to go. Grayson County basketball to bring the length of the floor. They are warring on the inside. 4 rebounds. Tigers had a chance there, could not make an opportunity. So Grayson County comes away with a chance to regain the lead here. The knock with it. Gets the ball picked off by Poole. Poole driving to the basket, runner off the glass and in, and draws the foul. Poole with his 6th point of the quarter. And the foul is going to be on Bennett. That is his 2nd. So now Lance Poole goes back to the line. Breckinridge County with their first lead since 2-0. 1 free throw on the way here. Up and good. Poole now with 13 in the ball game. Breckinridge County with its biggest lead at 49-46. Final minute of this 3rd quarter. Langdon drives, puts up the shot, no good, but is fouled. I believe this will be Braden Carman picking up the foul.
Breck County foul number 32, Braden.
That'll be his 2nd.
Team's 5th.
Team 5th.
Spencer Langdon at the line.
So Spencer Langdon will go to the free throw line. Langdon 1 of 2 earlier in the game. Knocks this one down. He's got 15 points in the ball game. Holds Grayson County to within 2 at 49-47. Kyle Higdon in the ball game for Grayson County as Langdon hits the 2nd free throw. 49-48. Inbounds comes in. Mercer Rogers to Brockman. 35 seconds remaining here in the quarter. Here is Rogers driving. Bounce pass. Carmen tries a reverse layup. No good. But draws the foul from Grayson County.
Grayson County foul, number 23, Brody Armstrong.
Foul's going to be on Armstrong, so he picks up his 4th. So now you've got Zach Bratcher with 4, Jack Logston with 4, and Brody Armstrong with 4 for Grayson County. Braden Carman goes to the free throw line for his 1st attempts of the season. Steps up with 30.8 seconds to go. The high arch catches the front of the rim and falls through for his 3rd point of the ball game. Gives Breckinridge County a 50-48 lead with 30.8 seconds remaining in the quarter. Carman 1 more attempt on the way. A high arching shot. This one dead center. Carman with 4 points. Tigers extend the lead back out to 3, 51-48. Grayson County with the basketball. Langdon with it. Gets the ball to Napier. Grayson County goes 4 corners here. They're going to burn off, essentially go for the final shot here. Langdon with the basketball, down to 13 seconds, gets the ball to Napier. Napier to Langdon, down to 7 seconds, down to 6. Here's Langdon driving, looking, gets the ball underneath. We get a whistle and a foul on Breckinridge County's Chase Hardesty. That'll be his 2nd. So Langdon will head back to the line, where he made a pair of free throws a moment ago. 1 more attempt here with 3.9 seconds remaining. Breckinridge County trailed by 10 here in this quarter. Langdon makes the free throw. He's got 17 points of the ball game. This would make it a 1-point deficit for the Cougars. On the way, no good. Rebound Braden Carman with 3 seconds remaining. Hardesty launches one towards the backboard as it hits the front of the rim and kicks away. The 3rd quarter has come to an end. Tonight's 3rd quarter brought to you by Hardensburg Nursing and Rehab with the score. Grayson County trailing Breckinridge County 51-49.
Experience the difference of the Big Green Egg ceramic cooker from Irvington Gas Company. It's a smoker, a grill, and oven, all in one. It's easy to start, reaching cooking temperatures in just 10 minutes with temperature control so you can cook to perfection. It's safer to use and it's easy to clean up. Stop by Irvington Gas Company on Highway 79 to see the Big Green Egg and other gas grills available. Irvington Gas Company, serving this area for more than 75 years.
Breckinridge County basketball.
Breckinridge County outscored Grayson County 19-15 in that 3rd quarter. But that doesn't necessarily tell the story. Breckinridge County at 1 point trailed 44-34. but have come back, even had a 3-point lead on a couple of occasions in the quarter. They begin the fourth quarter with a 51-49 lead. And the basketball, Miller with it from Mercer Rogers. Miller will hand it back to Mercer Rogers. Rogers being guarded by Landon Haycraft. Now Hardesty with the basketball for the Tigers. Hardesty tries to move off the screen from Brockman. Now kicks it over to Rogers on the left side. Here's the ball down low. They find Brockman. Pump fakes. Goes up over Logston. No good. And the rebound comes down to Grayson County. Here is a three-point attempt on the way. Good by Jack Logston. Logston with his second three of the night. And Grayson County retakes the lead at 52-51. The Tigers able to do their damage with Logston sitting on the bench. He's got 4 fouls in this game. Rogers with the basketball, drives left side, pump fakes, gives it ahead. Brockman with a little layup, good. Brockman with his 6th point of the night. Tigers retake the lead at 53-52. Grayson County with the basketball. Here's Logston driving. He'll pull up with another three-pointer, no good. Rebound though, Hanshaw with it for Grayson County. Logston gets the ball back. Now out front. Here's Haycraft going to try a three-pointer, in and out, no good. Rebound comes down to Chase Hardesty for Breckinridge County. Miller on the front court, drives, cut off, now looking. Brockman was cutting to the basket, unable to see him. Here's Rogers going to launch a three-pointer, got it! Joe Benebaco, Plumbing and Rental, three-point basket, the second of the night for Mercer Rogers. Breckinridge County extends their lead to 56-52. Coming down to 6 minutes remaining here in this ball game. Here's Logston going to launch a three-pointer. That is good. Logston with another three-point basket. Pulls the Cougars to within one at 56-55. Hardesty with a basketball for Breckinridge County. Goes on the drive to Napier. Free throw line jumper on the way. Hardesty, no good. Rebound comes down to Logston for the Cougars. Here's a three-point attempt on the way by Haycraft. Did it out, no good. Rebound comes down to Brockman for Breckinridge County. Rogers with it, 56-55. 1-point lead for Breckinridge County. 5:13 left to go. Rogers drives, off balance, puts up the shot, no good, but gets the follow. Rogers with his 16th point of the ball game. 58-55. Breckinridge County leading by 3. 5 minutes to go in regulation. Hanshaw with the basketball for Grayson County. Gets it back from Napier. Hanshaw kicks it over to Haycraft. Here's a three-point attempt on the way by Robinson. That is no good. A rebound comes down to Braden Carmen. And we'll get a reach-in on Grayson County. Landon Haycraft will pick up his first foul. Team first of the fourth quarter. And again, if you're just coming across the dial, a bit of a change this year. Fouls are assessed and free throws assessed based on the quarters, not the half. Poole back into the ball game, was leading the scoring for Breckinridge County at the end of the quarter with 13. But Rogers with 5 points here in the quarter has 16 now to lead the Tigers. Here's Rogers, lays it off the glass, too strong. Rebound comes down to Logston for Grayson County. 4.5 minutes left to go in this ball game. Breckinridge County by 3. Logston with the basketball for Grayson County. Haycraft gets it over to Langdon, thought about the three. No good. Backs it away, now Hanshaw with it with 4:20 to go. Hanshaw drives down the lane, off balance, puts up the shot, no good. Draws a foul from Jonah Miller.
Cook County foul on number 11, Jonah Miller, his third. Team's first.
That'll be his third, team first of the quarter.
Caden Hanshaw.
So Caden Hanshaw will get 2 free throws. Hanshaw 1 of 2 on the night, back of the first quarter. He's got 3 in the ball game, misses the free throw attempt here. One more attempt upcoming for the freshman standout football player. Second attempt on the way, this one is good. Hanshaw's got 4. Grayson County to within 2 at 58-56. Tigers beat the full court press 3-on-1. Here is Rogers, tries a reverse layup, no good, but the putback is there for Lance Poole. 15 for Poole. Breckinridge County with a 4-point lead, 60-56. Down to 4 minutes left in regulation. Hanshaw drives. Cut off by Miller. Now looks to bring it back out to Logston. Logston being guarded by Braxton Tall. Here's Logston driving down the lane. Puts up the runner, no good, but draws the foul. That'll be Braxton Tall picking up the foul. He picks up his fourth. So Jack Logston will head to the line for his first free throws of the night. First attempt on the way is good. Logston with 12 points in the ball game. 60-57 with 3:48 left to go in this ball game. Second attempt on the way is good. Logston with 13. Chase Hardesty will check into the lineup for Braxton Tall. Again, Grayson County with full court pressure. Tigers able to break the press, though. Here's a pass intended for Brockman. They had numbers. Brockman unable to corral the pass, and the turnover will give it back to Grayson County with 3:42 remaining in this ball game. Tigers have battled back from double digits twice tonight. Hanshaw will come across the time stripe for the Cougars with 3:35 left to go in this game. Hanshaw directs traffic to Logston. Here's Hanshaw, has the ball knocked away, but it's picked up. Langen will try a three-pointer. That is good. Langdon with the basket. Makes it a 61-60 lead in favor of Grayson County. At the other end, a Joe Benebacco plumbing a rental three-point basket by Chase Hardesty for his 7th point of the night. Breckinridge County will take a 30-second timeout with 3:10 left to go in regulation. Breckinridge County leading at 63-61.
If you need home medical equipment, rely on Taylor Pharmacy. They deliver home medical equipment such as oxygen, lift chairs, hospital beds, and CPAP machines to Breckinridge and surrounding counties. They have everything a patient needs for recuperating at home. Taylor Pharmacy does so much more than fill prescriptions. They carry a full line of diabetic chews, have a gift department, and of course make delicious tailor-made fudge in a variety of flavors that include sugar-free. Stop by Taylor Pharmacy in Hardinsburg and see why your family and the Taylor Pharmacy family make a good team.
3 minutes, 10 seconds left in regulation play. Breckinridge County 63, Grayson County at 61. The two teams trading three-pointers. Langdon knocked down a three to give Grayson County a 61-60 lead, but then Chase Hardesty answered with a three of his own. And the Tigers retake the lead. Now down to 3 minutes left in regulation. Logston, a long three-pointer on the way, no good. Rebound fought for, picked up by Haycraft, who puts it up, missed the shot, but is fouled on the way in. Foul will be on Breckinridge County's Lance Poole. That'll be his second. That'll be the team third. Landon Haycraft will go to the line for Grayson County for his first free throw attempt of the night. He's got 4 points in the ball game. First free throw is no good. One more attempt with 2:51 left to go in regulation. Second attempt on the way is good. 63-62. Tigers again trying to beat the press. Ball batted away by Langdon, intended for Hardesty. He'll drive the baseline. Runner has a shot blocked out of bounds by Braden Carmen. Grayson County will reset with 2:46 left to go. Tigers will have to figure out a way to solve this press. But before anything else happens,
30 seconds timeout, Grayson County.
Grayson County will take a 30-second timeout with 2:46 left to go in the ball game. We'll keep it right here. Breckinridge County 63, Grayson County 62. Possession arrow favors Grayson County. Breckinridge County has committed 3 fouls. 2 more will send Grayson County to the line on free throws. Grayson County has only committed 1 foul here in this fourth quarter. Foul situation for Breckinridge County. Braxton Tall has 4. Jonah Miller has 3 fouls. Across the way, Logston has 4. Armstrong has 4. Zach Bratcher has 4. Caden Hanshaw will inbounds the basketball for Grayson County. 2:46 left in regulation. They'll bring the ball in. Napier will launch a three-pointer. That is no good. Rebound, Mercer Rogers goes up and gets the rebound. Rogers drives down the lane in a double team, throws up the shot, no good. Rebound, Carmen fights for it away from Armstrong. Will get a jump ball, and the alternating possession will favor Grayson County. Logston slow to get up. Favoring his right arm a bit. Coming down to 2.5 minutes left in regulation. Breckinridge County leading by 1, 63-62. Poole goes for and gets the steal. Logston pays it back the other way, though. Now here is Langston, puts up the shot, can't get it to go. Fight for the rebound, and Carmen comes away with it for Breckinridge County, and he'll hand it off to Mercer Rogers. Rogers caught on the double team, gets it to Chase Hardesty. Hardesty racing in the front court. Here's Jonah Miller, goes up against Logston. Can't get the shot to go. Putback doesn't go. We get a foul as Jonah Miller and Braden Carmen fight each other for the rebound. Let's see who picks up the foul here.
Grayson County foul number 23, Brody Armstrong.
Brody Armstrong has fouled out of the ball game. Team second. So Armstrong's night comes to an end with 3 points. Landon Haycraft will come back into the ball game for Grayson County.
Landon Haycraft in for Grayson County.
So now it's Jonah Miller back at the line for the Tigers. He's got 10 points in the ball game. 4 of 8 from the line on the night. First free throw on the way, rattles in. 11 points for Jonah Miller. Tigers ease back out to a 2-point lead, 64-62. Free throw is on the way and good. 3-point advantage for the Tigers under 2 minutes to go in regulation. Logston with it for Grayson County. He angles to the left. Looking, gets the ball to Hanshaw. Hanshaw being guarded by Miller. Here is Logston. He'll launch a three-pointer. Got it! Logston with his third 3 of the quarter. Ties the game at 65 with 1:37 to go. Here is Miller with it for Breckinridge County. Miller gives it to Poole. Poole in the paint, pulls up off balance. Shepard, no good. Braden Carmen gets the rebound, goes back up, no good, but draws the foul. Foul is going to be on Gage Napier. He picks up his 4th. So going to the line, it is Braden Carmen for Breckinridge County as he'll get free throws. He's got 4 points of the ball game. First free throw, high archer, kicks off, no good. One more attempt upcoming for Carmen. We are tied at 65 with 1:23 left to go in this game. Second free throw on the way, the high archer is good. 66-65, 1-point lead for Breckinridge County. Grayson County with the basketball. Here's Logston with it for the Cougars. Logston goes on the drive and is fouled as he was trying to drive for the basket. Hardesty steps in front of him and puts the body on. So that'll be Hardesty's his 3rd, team 4th. Common foul. Next foul will put Grayson County to the free throw line with 1:11 to go in this game. Langdon looking, finally will bring it in to Haycraft with 1:09 left to go. Here is Langdon driving on Hardesty, cut off of the baseline, kicks it back out. A 3 on the way by Haycraft is no good. Rebound, Mercer Rogers. Final minute of regulation, and we get a reach-in foul on Grayson County. And that's going to be on Gage Napier. And Napier's night is done. Napier fouls out of the ball game with 7 points. Travis Johnson using all of his 60 seconds.
In for Grayson County, number 12, Zach Bratcher.
Zach Bratcher will check back into the ball game. That was a common foul, by the way, so reckon both teams now will head to the free throw line for bonus the rest of the way. Carmen looking, gets the ball to Mercer Rogers with 54 seconds remaining. Carmen kicks it out. 3 on the way by Poole is no good. A rebound comes down to Haycraft for Grayson County. Hands the ball off to Logston with 43 seconds remaining. Down to 40 seconds. Logston and Haycraft likely are the options, as here is the basket up and in by Logston. That is good. Foul is on Jonah Miller. He picks up his 4th. Grayson County retakes the lead at 67-66. Logston will go to the line to try to complete a 3-point play. 19 points in the ball game, make it 20 as he knocks down the free throw. 68-66, Grayson County with a 2-point lead and a timeout. Grayson County with the score. Breckinridge County trailing Grayson County 68-66.
Joe Bennett Backhoe Plumbing and Rentals been in business since 1973 and are still going strong and growing. They carry the largest selection of rental equipment in the area. They can also take care of all your residential and commercial plumbing needs. They haul rock, install cisterns, dig footers, basements, and backfill around your home. Call 270-756-2946. That's Joe Bennett Backhoe Plumbing and Rental, located on Old Highway 60 in Hardinsburg, a proud supporter of Breckinridge County and the Fighting Tigers.
Breckinridge County trails Grayson County 68-66. Jack Logston coming up with a 3-point play a moment ago to give the Cougars a 3-point or 2-point edge. Breckinridge County with the basketball. Both teams are now in the bonus. The possession arrow does favor Breckinridge County. Breckinridge County sends out Poole, Hardesty, Miller, Rogers, and Carmen. Grayson County, Hanshaw, Haycraft, Zach Bratcher, Jack Logston, and Spencer Langdon. Grayson County picking up with full court pressure. They'll bring the ball into Chase Hardesty with 30 seconds left to go in this game. Hardesty with the basketball, holds it out at long range. Hardesty goes on the drive, now backs away. Hardesty looking for someone to get it to. Now finally Rogers comes away with it. Rogers curls, drives to the basket, cut off. Looking for someone to get it to. Down to 13 seconds, tries to pull up the shot. Has it blocked out of bounds by Haycraft. It'll be Tiger basketball. 10.5 seconds left to go. They lob the ball in to Miller. Miller drives the basket, puts up the shot, can't get it to go. Rebound comes down to Grayson County. And the Cougars look like they will hold on and win here. Foul with 1.2 seconds remaining. They'll get a foul on Lance Poole. That'll be his 3rd. That'll be the team's 6th. So Logston will go to the line. Tigers had a look. Shot came up short, and then Grayson County able to collect the rebound. Now 2 free throws upcoming for Logston. And before anything else happens, Breckinridge County will take a timeout. 68-66, 1.2 seconds remaining in the ball game. Breckinridge County trails 68-66. Tigers twice trail by double digits in this ball game. Actually went out at one point, held a 4-point lead at 60-56, but Grayson County simply would not miss from 3-point range, as Jack Logston came up huge in this 4th quarter. He's got 15 in this quarter alone. He has 20 points for the ball game. We'll look to add to it here. Makes 1. The best the Tigers can do is tie it. Makes a 2nd. The game is all but over, as it will be a 4-point margin. So Longston will head to the line. 2 free throws remaining with 1.2 seconds remaining. First attempt by Longston on the way is no good. So the door is left open. Second free throw up on the way. This one is good, 21 for Longston. And now a timeout taken by Breckinridge County. 69-66. Grayson County leading the Tigers. And now it is a full timeout going to be taken by Breckinridge County. Breckinridge County will have to draw up something to at least get a look from midcourt with 1.2 seconds. Pretty much it's going to be a catch and shoot to try to force overtime in this ball game. As the Tigers look to try to force overtime here. But they'll be down to presumably a midcourt shot with 1.2 seconds remaining. Breckinridge County breaks from the huddle. It is Carmen, Rogers, Hardesty, Poole, and Jonah Miller. Grayson County with Hanshaw, Longston, Martin, Haycraft, and Langdon. And they will put Longston right in front of Miller at 6'6" to try to obstruct the view as they will launch the takeoff play. Ball batted out of bounds. And time will run out on the ball game. The final score, Grayson County 69-66, the final score. Coach Jeff LaGrange angry because he thought there should have been some time left on the clock. But time has run out. Grayson County has defeated Breckinridge County tonight by the final score of 69-66. Tonight's fourth quarter brought to you by Commonwealth Machining. This is Fighting Tiger Sports from 104.3 The River.
Once a Tiger, always a Tiger. Breckinridge County High School alumni Matt Mattingly and Katie Critchlow at Legacy Physical Therapy salute you, Breckinridge County, and support Breckinridge County sports. Legacy Physical Therapy is an outpatient physical therapy clinic proudly serving Breckinridge County with that Tiger pride. Located at 237 Highway 60 in Hardinsburg, Matt Mattingly and Katie Critchlow and their staff are very proud to serve their patients and their community. At Legacy Physical Therapy, they treat people, not patients.
Back with you at Grayson County High School. Breckinridge County falls in the season opener to Grayson County by the final score of 69-66. Breckinridge County held an early lead at 2-0. Grayson County ripped off 7 in a row and it took the lead. Breckinridge County, though, fought back, tied the game twice at 9 and 11. A basket at the end of the quarter by Grayson County gave the Cougars a 14-11 lead. They led by as many as 11 in the second quarter at 23-12. Breckinridge County, though, fought back, cut the deficit down to 2 at the end of the half, 34-32. Grayson County then marched back out to a double-digit lead early in the third quarter, 44-34. But the Tigers fought their way back into the ball game and took the lead at 51-49 heading into the fourth quarter. Tigers led by as many as 4 in that fourth quarter, 60-56, but simply could not contain Jack Longston. Longston, who had been in foul trouble most of the night, held to just 5 points in the first 3 quarters, went out for 16 in the ball game in the fourth quarter, including the three-point play that gave Breckinridge County the trailing deficit at 67-56. 67-65. Or excuse me, rather, Grayson County took the lead at 67-66 on the free throw, then completed the three-point play to make it 68-66. Breckinridge County trying to get a shot to take the lead, unable to do so, and then Longston tacked on a free throw at the end to provide the final margin. 69-66 the final score. Breckinridge County falls in the season opener tonight. We'll be back with the post-game scoring. Our post-game show brought to you by TGH Machine and Welding, the print place in Beachy Dogs, here on 104.3 The River.
Do you know what the Breckinridge County Health Department does? We do everything from pool inspections to site evaluations on septic tanks, the WIC program, women's health, immunizations, children and adults, disaster preparedness, and community health education, among many other things. For more information, you can call us at 270-756-5121 or go to our website, BreckinridgeCountyHealthDEPT.org. And good luck, Breckinridge County Fighting Tigers, from all of us at the Breckinridge County Health Department.
Take a look at the final scoring for tonight. First for Breckinridge County as they fall to Grayson County 69-66. Tigers led in scoring on the night by Mercer Rogers. He finishes the game with 16 points. Lance Poole with 15. From there, it's Jonah Miller with 12. 7 points in the ball game to Chase Hardesty. 5 points going to Braden Carmen. 6 on the night to Hayden Brockman. And 2 points each to Ryan Nottingham and to Benjamin Grimes. For Grayson County, they were led in scoring on the night by Jack Longston. He finishes the night with 21 points. It's 20 in the ball game to Spencer Langdon. Those two the only players in double figures. From there, it drops down to 7 points to Gage Napier, 5 points to Hayden Robinson. 4 points in the ball game going to Caden Hanshaw. It was 3 points on the night to Gage Napier, or Brody Armstrong, excuse me. 2 points to Kyle Higdon, 2 points to Kobe Martin, and 1 point to Zach Bratcher. 69-66 the final score. We'll be back in just a moment to wrap up tonight's coverage here on 104.3 The River.
Are you aware of all the healthcare services offered right here in Breckinridge County? Allison Mattingly here from Breckinridge Health to let you know there are so many services we provide right here so you don't have to travel far. Surgery, new providers, ear, nose, and throat, outpatient therapy services, cardiac rehab, and so much more. To find out more about the services offered, call 270-756-7000 or go to www.mybreckhealth.org.
Things up here from Grayson County High School tonight. Want to remind you that our next broadcast will be on Thursday evening. That's when the Fighting Tigers head home to take on Ohio County. Pregame coverage will get underway at around 6:45 ahead of the 7 o'clock kickoff. A reminder, due to issues, Fighting Inside Tiger Nation will not be heard tomorrow evening. It will return on Wednesday of next week at its regular time. Then on Friday night, it's the doubleheader. Lady Tigers and Fighting Tigers host Cloverport. Coverage begins at 5:15 on Friday evening. That'll take care of it here from Grayson County High School. Thanks to Landon Burnett back in the studios at Hardinsburg. Also thanks to Shanna Bramlett as well for work on video here this evening. Once again, the final scores tonight. The Lady Tigers opening the season with a 68-29 win over Grayson County, and the game just concluded. Fighting Tigers fall to Grayson County 69-66. Lee Bramlett saying good night, everybody. This is Fighting Tiger Sports from 104.3 The River.